And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to RPPFM Footy, our coverage of the Mornington Peninsula Football Netball League for season 2022. We can report the sun is out at Greg Beck Oval here in, Frankston South. We are this afternoon for this big clash between the home side, the Frankston Bombers, and from just up the road, around the other side of the mountain, Mount Eliza. Should be a great clash this afternoon. We'll keep you up to date with all the scores in Div 1, the other two games that are being played today, and also in Div 2. But to call all the action, it's good afternoon to AJ King and Michael Voss.
Thanks for that, Craigo. Good afternoon, listeners. It's a great day, Vossi. It's absolutely chalk and cheese from last weekend.
Absolute cracker of a day, considering we're smack bang in the middle of June, and no, really nice day. Not too cold at the moment, and we're here live for a massive game. And I was talking to Steve Brattle before the game, and he was saying it. He mentioned it, not me. It's the old 8-point game. He's one of those believers as well, because the winner will go second tonight. The loser will be back in the pack, if you like. But only the 3 games today, and a full round of Division 2 matches, of which there's some massive games there. Between the 2nd and 7th, every side plays each other. So 2nd through to 7th, you got, I think, 4th playing 5th, you got 3rd playing 6th, and 2nd playing 7th. Yeah.
Did you rehearse that one on the way in, Vossi?
Well, the only one that's not playing out of the top 7 are playing against one of the other decent side is Langwarrin are playing Hastings, who are about 9th or 10th on the ladder.
Yeah, you're right. I spoke to Jay Smith, the president of Frankston Bombers, before also, and he mentioned it as a 8-point game also, and it's a cracking atmosphere here at Greg Beck Oval. Obviously, the Ladies' Day is in full swing inside, Vossi, and the sun's out, and as you mentioned, two sides that could potentially either go into second or go back into the pack after today's results.
2 sides that have actually gone in different directions. Frankston was something like 1 and 3. They're now 6 and 3. Have won 5 in a row, and Mount Eliza have lost the last 2. So it might even be 3 nuts too, I think. They're going for 3 losses in a row today. So, massive game for both of these 2 sides. Mount Eliza did win the reserves. So let's see how the seniors unfolds. But as I said, it's an absolute cracking day. It is. Not much wind to speak of out there at the moment. Sun's prevailing. A magnificent day for football. And good to have you back today, Craigo.
Yes, sorry I wasn't able to join you at Dramana last week, but I did catch a little bit of the vision towards the end of the game. And,
I thought you were going to say catch the spicy flu.
No, it's I've managed to steer clear of that so far. But hopefully, obviously the ground today looking in much better condition than Dramana was last week.
And if you look across your screens at the moment, if you're streaming our coverage, if you look across the screen, you'll actually see the ladder going across the bottom of your screen at the moment, and which YCW holding up. They're the top side and Rosebud the bottom side. It's just going through all that once again. But, going to be a super game today. I'm really looking forward to this. And hopefully the weather stays as it is as Mount Eliza make their way under the ground. And we should should welcome Mornington Peninsula News Group, AJ.
Absolutely. Great supporters of RPP's coverage. Now, Vossi, you spoke about that. Not much wind. It's sunny. The oval's in pristine condition. Is it opposite day here or something? Usually, back in time, you'd rock up to the Frankston Bombers home ground, and it was full of mud. It'd be as windy as anything. It was cold, but we are faced with an absolute cracker.
I can remember coming here as a kid when my old man, who's long gone, but he used to take me around watching local football. I remember coming here as a kid, and you used to be able to park over near where the scoreboard is over there, and the ground was, it was a stinky mess back in, I'm talking 80s, middle to late 80s. It was terrible.
I reckon just as, not as far back as that, but, even just a couple of years ago before it had the resurface. But,
I'm a bit older than you, AJ, so...
Yeah, that's all right, but you used to come here as a junior and you'd play under 18s. You'd have to go home and have a shower and you'd have to put Dettol on your cuts.
Yeah.
That's what you'd literally have to do that because that's how bad the ground condition was.
Oh, look, you've got to hand it, boys, to the curators of all the grounds around the league. They're all pretty good decks these days. So,
absolutely. Umpires have entered the arena as we speak, so we're not too far away from a start time, about 8 or 9 minutes. But Vossi, let's have a chat about today's game. Frankston Bombers obviously playing at home. They've won 6 in a row. Jared Grant's been on fire, same as Khan Haratuku. Who's going to stop him today? In Haratuku, that is.
Well, I think you're going to have to find that Mount Eliza is just going to have to step up and just follow where he actually goes, because he's one that, with Harry Pryor playing, you'd find that Khan Haratuku will play in the forward line. So they've got the double prong attack up there. So then it comes down, if they're both playing in the forward line, him and Jared Grant, then you'd probably find that the Mount Eliza midfield are going to have to put the pressure on the Frankston midfielders. So they're going to have to put more time into someone like Alex Harnett, I would have thought.
We saw Will Antoni that did a great job on him when he was playing at centre-half forward last time, but he's not in the starting side for Mount Eliza today. Is that something that concerns you?
Well, considering the weather should suit the big fellas out there, he should be able to mark the ball, and he's got a fair bit of size about him. So, yeah, look, it is a concern.
And we know how good of a player Shane Tennant is, but he likes to sag off his opponents and take the intercept mark. So would you have gone to him today and asked for him to play a lockdown role?
That's not Shane Tennant's job, is it?
It's not, but as a leader and coming up against someone of Khan Haratuku's quality, there are times where, as a leader, you need to step up and do it. That's
true, but I still, even though he might offer that, if I was Steve Bradle, I'd be sort of suggesting that you do what you need to do, and that is give us the feed off your opponent and just intercept the ball and do what he does well. So let's see how it goes. I'll give you a little history lesson here, AJ. This ground, I played cricket here probably 15, probably 17 years ago, and a very weird pitch it was to bat on at the time, because I reckon that pitch has changed a little bit from where it was, and very, very much trying to get comfortable out there. It wasn't the easiest pitch to bat on, and I remember playing Delacombe Park here one day, and we ended up, I think I came in and made about 25 real quick. I made 25 of about, 15 balls or something. I made them real quick, but I was the only one that scored any runs for our side back then. But I'm just giving you a bit of history lesson. Sorry, I shouldn't be doing that.
That's all right.
There's your cricket mention for the day.
I was about to say, it wouldn't be a Saturday coverage without a Michael Voss cricket mention.
Well, we just got a bit of late info from the big chief behind me too, that Mount Eliza might be playing a 5-man forward line today. The big chief's normally in the know, isn't he? So. Tell you what, boys, just watching the Mount Eliza side walk past us after their initial warm-up, they're a very young side, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And we mentioned that Will Antoni's not playing, but also Nathan Scaglarini not playing today, Vossi.
That's massive, and it's probably fair to say his mum's probably not going to be around watching either. So she was very happy with the way Skaggs was going earlier in the season when we saw Mount Eliza a couple of times, and so. They're a very young side, but what that means is they're a very much a capable side of running with the ball. And on a day like this, if it does hit the ground, then they will potentially cut Frankston up. But Frankston have got the tools to cut them up. If they can take a few marks in their forward line, if Jared Grant can get on top and Khan Haratuku, as we said before, there's an opportunity for them to get their job done. And for Mount Eliza, probably they need the ball on the ground. And Finlay Bain, of course, has had a fantastic year so far.
We mentioned that Skaggs isn't playing, but Mason DeWitt in for Mount Eliza today, so that's a big inclusion. Bailey Welsh also playing, not on Frankston Dolphins duty. So they've lost a couple, but they've also brought in a couple of sensational players.
Yeah, Mason DeWitt will be wearing number 6. Lachlan Hodder, we didn't have a number for him. He's wearing number 7. And Jeremy Burton wearing number 40 out there. He's down as number 4, but he's wearing number 40 according to our information. We're just about to get underway, probably about 2 minutes' time we'll be underway for this massive game. Who's your tip, AJ?
Bombers at home for mine.
I agree.
Big Chiefs switching to Mount Eliza. And boys and Vossi, this was our last game, last venue we were at last year, before the last lockdown last year.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I remember it being a pretty cold day towards the end. So,
well, it's not often that it's warm here, Crago, that's for sure.
Yeah, called the game with Ollie.
That's right, yeah.
Last year.
That's right, yes, we did.
It was great to have a chat to Bo Muston during the week also. Vossi?
Yeah, and what did he have to say for himself?
Obviously, we spoke about his decision to step down at the end of the year as senior coach. But, he was full of praise for the boys after their slow start. And obviously, he said when you get Harry Pryor back into the side, it's clearly going to make them a better side and also allow Harry Tuku to spend more time forward. So, look, it's going to be a ripping game today. As mentioned, Bombers for mine at home. I think Harry Tuku will be the difference down forward.
Yeah, Bombers definitely, I think, will win because it's at home. Mind you, Frankston did play them here last year in round one, and Mount Eliza beat them comfortably. So this ground will hold no fears as far as Mount Eliza are concerned. Players going to their respective spots. Mount Eliza are in their positions. Frankston just making their way to their positions. And have we got an early score update in the AFL, Crago? We got Port Adelaide playing Sydney. Oh, sorry,
you put him on the spot there, Vossi.
Oh, sorry, Craig, I was throwing you under the bus.
Just having a look at the starting mids for Mount Eliza. James Hammond is in there, Finlay Bain. Also, we have Bailey Welsh, and in the ruck, Max Morney. He'll go up against Harry Pryor.
Sydney are up by 12 points.
Alex
13
Harnett.
minutes in, by the way, boys.
Also, looks like Jason Kingsbury will be in there. And Dale Sutton as well for Frankston Bombers.
Well, I'm just looking at they're standing there in the middle.
Just have a look at the size of Khan Harituku, Vossi. As he goes down forward, he is a monster. And I like what they've done here. They've sent him straight to the goal square and the deepest man forward, which I think is a big thing for them.
James Hammond standing about 4 or 5 steps off where Alex Harnett is at the moment, which is interesting. So they're not even going on a hard tag, which is something you need to do. Start of the game. Massive game. 8-point game here in Peninsula football this afternoon as Frankston look to go forward. With a couple of hand passes, the ball goes over the line for a boundary throw-in. Beautiful day for football. Hope you can stay with us right throughout the afternoon. We'll keep you updated with what's happening around the place with some massive games happening in local football this afternoon. As the ball comes back into play, it's knocked down by Harry Pryor. Chance here for Frankston. They go towards attacking 50, but the mark will be taken. And it's taken there by Tom Kelly, who I know you're a big fan of, AJ. Switches play, goes out towards the broadcast side. Now they bring the ball down, and the mark has been taken by Nicholas McDonald-Girolami, who goes in short. And the mark has been taken there by Zach Rouse, who's got it on half-back flank. Looking for options, both sides in that sort of feeling out stage at the moment as the long kick comes down. Free kick to take place. And the free kick will go in the way of Mason DeWitt, who looks to go with a long kick up towards half forward. And Frankston will clear on this occasion through Jason Kingsbury.
Kingsbury's going to go out wide onto the wing as we welcome our radio listeners into this game. He's gone up, found that man in Didiman Antonio. He goes out wide. He's found Sam Fox. He goes a little bit longer looking for Harituku, who's taken the mark. Tennant claims that it's hit the ground, but he's been paid the mark. Harituku wheels long, looking for Jared Grant, who goes up. Can't take the mark. Also there is Zach Longham for Frankston. Good to see him back. Jared Grant has a quick shot at goal. And he has got the first one on the board for the Bombers. That's a sensational goal, Michael Voss.
That was amazing, because I was about to say Jared Grant needs to apply a shepherd there to try and let his mate through, but the ball came out to him and he put that on the boot. It looked like it was going to miss, but it actually went against the natural grain of what the hook does on the kick, and he brought that back left to right for a right-footed kick. That was an amazing goal.
So he's on the board early, Vossi.
Which is good for his confidence.
Once again, the good thing for Frankston Bombers is Harry Pryor was on top early in the first couple of contests in the ruck. He's going to go up against Max Morney in the centre. He gets a tap out there, Harry Pryor, down to Sutton. Sutton feeds a handball out to the wing. Bailey Welsh. He goes into the middle, looking for Burton. It's spoiled away. No free kick coming there, and we'll get a ball up at centre half forward for Frankston Bombers. Easy hit out to Harry Pryor. Ball's come to ground. Sutton. Handball inside forward 50. Quick kick from Kingsbury. He goes deep looking for Haratuku in a one-on-one. Can't find him. Ball comes to ground. Jared Grant is hovering around there once again, but the ball comes out and we'll get another throw in inside the forward 50 of Frankston Bombers.
So the Bombers won straight 6. Mount Eliza yet to score as the ball comes back into play. Sydney are up by 11 points in the AFL as the ball comes back in. 40 metres out from the Frankston goal. Haratuku just tried to take the ball out of the contest. It was smothered off the boot, and the umpire says, I'm going to ball it up. 40 metres out from goal. Left half forward flank, or pushing up towards the forward pocket here for the Frankston Bombers as Haratuku goes up once again. It's taken away from Mount Eliza. A quick kick down the line will go out of play. It will bounce inside the field of play in front of Sam Dill. And the ball goes over the line right below where we're broadcasting here this afternoon.
Got a great view from it here.
Magnificent.
This ball's going to be thrown in by the boundary umpire. Pryor and Morney doing ruck battles. Welsh handballs it off. Goes up forward looking for the player there in Gill. It's dispossessed by Frankston Bombers. They've gone out to the halfback flank. They're going to go longer to the wing, but he's turned over to that man we spoke about earlier in Shane Tennant. His ball's been smothered there from Didyman Cantonio. Sutton's been on fire early for Frankston Bombers. Mark Logan getting involved. They're going to switch the ball here. Is Frankston Bombers. They've found Jared Amalfi in the long sleeves today. He goes up looking for Chapman. Ball hits the ground, but he uses his pace to get around. But Bailey Welsh takes an intercept mark. Just needs to slow the ball down a little bit here from Mount Eliza. Frankston on the ball with 1 straight 6. Mount Eliza yet to score. Shane Tennant inside to Finlay Bain. He's gone outside looking for the run there, but he's not able to take it. Longham just pushes him off the ball. The hands back from the Bombers, but that player is under a lot of trouble there, Michael Voss, not seeing that opponent come for him. Ball goes inside forward 50. Over the back, Phillips. He gets boot on ball, and he's kicked the first there for Mount Eliza. So it's all tied up here. Nearly 5 minutes gone on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. 1 straight 6 each. Batchelworld and Mornington match of the day at Greg Beck Oval here in Baxter.
Yeah, we're live there thanks to Batchelworld of Mornington, and a good start by both sides, getting a goal on the board inside the first 6 minutes. It was that turnover resulted with Josh Chapman. I should say Josh tried to kick the ball down, but was tackled, probably went a next step or two longer, and which put his kick off, which resulted in the chance for a goal for Mount Eliza. They look to bring the ball out of the middle. Now here's a long kick, not a great looking kick. It's going to be picked up there for Frankston. They're under a bit of pressure in defence. The ball is going to be handed out, Hammond a hand pass. Now quick kick around the corner is off target and through for a behind to the far side. So Mount Eliza up to 1-1-7. Frankston Bombers are 1 straight 6.
Jared Amalfi going to do the kicking in duties for Frankston Bombers today. 6 minutes gone here. Brings the ball in. He looks long. Looking for Burr. He's going to come over the back of the pack, but he can't get there. Nelms is standing in the way. He goes inside forward 50, and he's found the player in, I think it's Geordie Capkin. He's looking to handball it off. Nelms from outside. He scrubs it forward. Horrible kick. Turnover. Good mark there from Frankston Bombers. They're going to go out wide. They've found Kingsbury. He had Avery over the top. He's got himself into a bit of trouble, but he's able to use a bit of pace. Avery on the left. Harry Pryor trying to get it off the ground. Sam Fox goes inside in the middle of the ground. He's turned the ball over. Finlay Bain, he's had a hot start. Hands balls it off to Jeremy Burton. Running past is that man who's been in great form, Tom Kelly. He goes inside forward 50. Ball just trickles out. We'll get a throw in deep in the Mount Eliza forward 50 here. Mount Eliza 1-1-7. Frankston 1 straight 6. 7.5 minutes. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
So right forward pocket. Mount Eliza deep into attack. The Toilets forward pocket up there. Or the Sages right into the ground, whichever way you want to call it. People know people know when I say the Toilets where we are here. If you've been to this ground, that's for sure. Mount Eliza looking to try and get something out of the contest. In fact, there's a free kick out of the ruck contest. It's going to go to Sam Dill, who'll have a shot from about 40 metres out from goal. He is on a fair bit of an angle. He's probably about 5 or so metres inside the boundary, but he is going to have a shot. He probably kicked from just under that, probably kicked from about 35. He has a shot, and he puts it through. So well done to Sam Dill there, and second goal on the board from Mount Eliza. They're 2-1-13. Bombers are 1 straight 6, and that is on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Big Khan Haratuku's put himself into the middle of the ground. This is where the Frankston Bombers really dominated last time in the early match. He was able to get his hands on the ball. Down to his midfield, Alex Harnett, who had about 40 possessions last game against Mount Eliza Vossi.
When doesn't he have a lot of the ball? He's a ball-winning machine, that man.
Absolutely. There's a Ruxdo battle in the middle of the ground. It's come out to Finlay Bain for Mount Eliza. He goes inside forward 50 once again. Ball hits the ground. Player there for Frankston Bombers just jumped on the ball. Going to get a stoppage just inside the forward 50, the Mount Eliza end of the ground. Haratuku and Rouse doing battle in the ruck. Haratuku gets a quick handball out to Jared Amalfi. He breaks through the stoppage, goes long. He was looking there for block. Player there in McMillan overran the footy. Solid tackle, Sam Fox, and we'll get another ball up right on the wing here at Greg Beck Oval.
Yeah, true centre wing. Mount Eliza have certainly settled after that great goal by Jared Grant to start things off. It's Mounties up by 7 points. That's only umpire calls for another ball up. Still on centre wing here. As the ball is thrown up, knocked down for Mount Eliza. Good tackle applied there to take his opponent out of play there by Sam Fox, and the ball is over once again on centre wing. Ball ready to be thrown back into play. Right in front of the club rooms, the canteen area here at Greg Beck Oval. Good crowd in attendance this afternoon and pretty good weather for a winter's day. Good tackle applied. Holding the ball says the umpire. Free kick to Sam Pickus, who will look to go forward here from centre wing. He looks to go with a short kick. And you could argue that probably wasn't enough distance, but nevertheless, it was a mark paid, and now a short pass in the mark taken by Tan Haratuku, who gets there and goes long with a kick towards Jared Grant. Couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. A chance now for McDonald Girolami for the Mount Eliza side, who goes out towards the defensive side of centre wing. The mark has been taken by Michael West, who looks to play on. Goes in towards his teammate there in, I think that might have been Sam Mornay, but it's picked up there by Tennant, who goes out with a kick towards half-back. Now they just switch around in circles. Now they can go forward towards half-forward. And just before the scoreboard is reached, the ball is over the line for a boundary throw-in. 12 minutes in the opening quarter. Mount Eliza up by 7 points. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. It's 2-1-13, plays a goal.
Boundary umpire prepares to bring the ball back in. Jordan Rouse, Khan Haratuku doing battle now. The second ruck's having a go at it. Haratuku with a decisive hit out. But no players can break through the stoppage there. Get a second contest between these two here. Haratuku easily one down. But play there, and Bailey Cole was able to get the clearance. Finlay Bain gets a quick handball. Amalfi tried to lay a tackle. They're going inside forward 50 once again. Mount Eliza. Great pick up there. Great tackle from Jared Amalfi from behind. Ball on the ground. Tom Kelly for Mount Eliza doing the tackling there. And we'll get another stoppage. About 30 metres out from the Mount Eliza goal here. Haratuku looking for Amalfi. Harrison Scott's over it. Also is Mitch Charles. Mason DeWitt with a sweeping handball. Little kick in that misses the target. Bit sloppy from Mount Eliza there. Sam Drake coming out from fullback. He goes long. Up to the wing. Jackson Burr was the player. Tom Kelly from Mount Eliza on his left. Little scrubber, but it works. Finlay Bain, he must be up to nearly 10 already. And a great intercept mark from Jared Amalfi, who just says, let's slow it down, boys.
So the importance of this game cannot be underestimated today. Mount Eliza have got a trip to Palm Beach next week, and Frankston are at home to Sorrento next week. And then the Bombers have got a game after that against YCW. Red Hill play Mount Eliza. So you could argue Mount Eliza have got the slightly easier draw, but the Bombers no easy game for them in the next 3 weeks. But they navigated their way through the first 3 or 4 rounds this year. And then after that, they put on the pressure, and they're sitting third on the ladder at the moment. Mount Eliza are going to go forward. Finlay Bain's got another one. He gets a hand pass over. Now they go with the underground hand pass now. Standing start kick from 50 towards the top of the goal square. No mark taken. Ball on the ground. And the umpire says, I'm going to ball it up.
Right, Marks Logan was disappointed with his attempt there, Vossi.
The man they affectionately call Rowdy because he's so quiet. He is. You don't get much out of him, but he lets his football do the talking. He's a very good player at that. Quick kick by Frankston out towards Grant on half back. They go forward here, Mount Eliza towards centre half forward, looking to try and chuck the ball in the boot. Now the ball goes over the top of the Frankston player on that occasion. The ball goes over the line. And it's on half 40 from Mount Eliza, who lead by 7 points. And we've played 15 minutes in the opening quarter.
Vossi, when Haratuku goes into the ruck, there's a clear winning advantage for him with his size and strength. But my concern is that Jared Grant's now having to compete on a 2v1, especially with Shane Tennant. Tennant's marked 2 or 3 times already on the wing. And is it worth just swapping Harry Pryor and playing as the deeper forward in that way so Pryor can create a contest?
Well, I'm a massive fan, as you I'm sure know, in regards to having ruckman play off the forward pocket or full forward as opposed to going off the ground and having a rest. So why not?
Ball comes to the back for Jackson Burr, but it also trickles out off his boot, just where Bo Musson is looking to guide his team with his suggestions there. Ball thrown in. Pryor doing the ruck work now for Frankston. He gets a decisive hit out. Ball comes over the top to Bailey Welsh. He's gone inside forward 50 looking for a target there in Fraser Phillips. He's not able to take it against 2. Ball's just on the ground now. We'll get another stoppage. Right in front of the toilets, Vossi, that you were talking about early.
Well, I won't say they're an institution, but if you've been to this ground, you know where they are.
Pryor and Hammond. Ball bouncing around once again. Bombers looking for on the full free kick, and that's going to come their way there. And to switch the play. They've gone across. Sam Drake. He goes in short once again. He's found Sutton. He's trying to transition the ball here, Frankston Bombers. He'll go down that far side. He was looking for the player there in Avery, but it goes over his head, and we'll get another throw in right in front of the scoreboard there, that it's affectionately known as the Chris Sharman scoreboard in footy and Dan Warwick scoreboard in cricket, Vossi.
Or the premier traditional home scoreboard for RPPFM.
Well, there you go.
Mount Eliza up by 7 points. They look to go forward. Frankston just can't find their way past the wing at the moment. The ball just keeps coming back in. Here's an opportunity, a high kick towards goal. It's long, and it's long enough. And the goal has been kicked by Braden Nelms. He just put that on the boot from 50, and it just floated. The Frankston defence thought they were going to get back and touch that, but it just carried enough. It's a great kick by Braden Nelms. The third goal on the board from Mount Eliza, and this is similar to what they did last year in round one here. They got off to probably a 3 or 4 goal lead in the first quarter and prevailed in that game. So heading towards that same sort of territory at quarter time in this game. They're up by 13 points and we're heading towards time on.
Oh, okay. Some info there from Suss. His dad is it Suss? Is coaching? Oh, he's coaching the under 17 rep side, is he? So
ball hits the ground, falls into the lap of Alex Harnett. Going backwards here to Chapman through the Bombers. They're going to go inside forward 50, looking for Haratuku. That's great hands from Big Khan Haratuku, taking a big contested mark. He'll go back and line up for Frankston's second of the day.
Zach Rouse is a pretty big body, but look, Khan Haratuku, he's got the big arms there, whereas Zach Rouse doesn't seem to have I suppose, the body size, if you like, of Khan Haratuku, and he's definitely, as he misses that one from 15 metres, they're more worried when Khan Haratuku's down there. So if I was Bo Muston, send him down there, keep him down there.
Yeah, you're right, but although Jared Grant has kicked the most goals in the competition so far, so I guess
the obvious thing you've got to ask about that is how many of those had Khan Haratuku beside him to help him out? Because I think you'll find Jared Grant would, if Jared Grant had a say in it, I'm sure he'd say, play Khan next to me.
Yeah, exactly, but you can do that with Harry Pryor just to...
True.
For 5 minutes, even just to get Khan Haratuku into the game. As Tom Kelly brings the ball in, he goes up the middle of the ground. That's a chiseler. He's found Harrison Scott there. He's got it on to Bailey Welsh. He gets the afterburners on. He goes inside forward 50, looking for a mark there. But overrunning it was Sam Drake. Ball on the ground. He's able to play it forward. He's under a bit of trouble here now. But the umpire says, give it at me. And we'll have another stoppage inside the Mount Eliza forward 50. That was a great transition, Michael Voss.
That was fantastic. Just straight down the middle and then just kept it going forward, and 2 kicks and they're all of a sudden down in their forward line. So they're playing really well at the moment, though. The Red Leagues, after having a couple of bad weeks, have had the week off and they seem refreshed by it, at least at this stage, as they look to go back inside once again towards the top of the goal square. The Mount Eliza forwards just getting the ball in there, but they just can't quite finish off at the moment. Short pass, and the mark has been taken. It's been taken by Seth Harris, who's got it. Left back pocket. He switches play across the face of goal. Goes out towards goes out towards the right back pocket. In fact, the mark has been taken there for Frankston. Or is it out of bounds? What's happened here? It was out of bounds in the full. It was out in the full, in fact. So Mount Eliza are going to end up having a shot here, AJ.
Just need to go back and steady. Do Mount Eliza. Shot on goal. Goes across the face. Big Harry Pryor just hits it through the behind post there.
What a
Mount Eliza 3-2-20. Frankston 1-1-7.
A few sides have got the bye today. What are Sereno up to today?
Sure, a fair few of them are playing golf, I reckon.
Big
Big golfers down there, Fossey.
Would they be here today watching this game?
I would absolutely say no, they wouldn't be.
So they'll just catch up with it on social media later on?
don't think it
Well,
really...
they play Serena. They play Frankston next week.
I'm sure Lee might check in a bit, but knowing a fair few of them, I think they'll be doing what they do best, playing golf, heading out, I reckon.
Fair enough. Now, Frankston looking to go forward. Couple of hand passes, ends up backwards, and now long kick towards centre half forward, and outpointed in the mark contest there was Zach Lonergan. The mark has been taken. They can play on him. Braden Nelms, who's kicked the goal, he gets around 2 tackles. Now he goes with not the greatest of kicks, but it ends up with guess who? Finlay Bain. He is absolutely having a ball at the moment. A run to half forward, Mount Eliza. They go in towards the pocket. They've got the loose man created if the ball sits. Hand pass over the top. Another one over the top. Look to go off the ground. Sam Dill, a snap at goal is a goal. So all's well that ends well for the Red Leagues, and they're up by 19 points, and they are looking the goods at the moment. 4-2-26, Bombers 1-1-7.
We mentioned at the start of the game that if Mount Eliza's run from half back was on, that they're going to really trouble Frankston Bombers, and they've done so far. Crago, let's head to you for a few scores around the ground.
Yeah, just a couple of scores through. Bond Beach 2-6-18, Aspendale 1 straight 6. And the only other score we've got through is in Div 2, and Langwarrin 1-6-12 to Hastings 1 behind. And quickly in the AFL, that first game being played today, Port Adelaide back in front, 4-3-27 to the Sydney Swans 3-1-19.
Max Morney, Harry Pryor, about to do battle in the middle of Greg Beck Oval. Ball thrown up. Easy hit out to Pryor there, Kingsbury. Frankston Bombers go forward. Jared Grant comes from behind. Shane Tennant, Finlay Bain. Geordie Capkin on his left. That's dropping the ball against Fraser Phillips. Good tackle to Alex Harnett, but he looks like he's hurt himself a little bit there, Michael Voss.
Maybe he has. Just a quick question about Finlay Bain.
They're going to throw it in now, sorry.
He's obviously right up there in the possession tally for the year, and would it be as simple to say, now, you're hard to read what the umpires are saying, or what they're doing or how they're voting, but would you say that he's probably in front in the BNF at the moment?
He'd be close. You'd have to be, but then you look at it. Scagliarini's had a great year, so is he taking votes off him? But it's interesting who would be in front. It's balls up inside the forward 50 for Frankston Bombers. Little scrubby kick from Jared Grant. Man, Elijah are just going to rush it through McDonald Duralami there.
I know there was one, it'd be a while ago now. Guy from Rye won it, and he didn't do much at all. And Scott Beale will be able to tell us his name. And Beale, if you listen to tell
Bruno.
us, that's him. He won it. No, and even the Rye people are saying, how in the hell did he win it? He had not a good year, and he won it. So it's just all opinions.
Absolutely. Chapman, he breaks through a couple of tackles. He wants to get back on his right. He's found Diddy Mancantonio there, just on the wing, on the close side here. Goes up looking for Haratuku, puts one hand up. Ball on the ground, Shane Tennant lays a tackle. Stoppage inside the forward 50 for Frankston Bombers.
25 minutes in the first quarter. They need a goal before quarter time. They scored the first, but they've conceded the last 4. So an opportunity for a quick kick towards a one-on-one contest at the top of the goal square. And then Sam Fox to snap it towards the top of the goal square. Zach Lonham goes up. No mark taken. Mount Eliza run it out once again. They're looking very good at the moment, the Red Leagues. Well, that was almost a precision pass, but the mark was dropped on that occasion by Fraser Phillips. The ball over the line, 60 metres out from the Bombers' goal. Going to the left-hand end of your radio dial in the opening quarter here at Greg Beck Oval this afternoon. Magnificent day for football. Hope you can stay with us. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast or the telecast, wherever you may be.
Tell you what, Vossi, if I was Bo Mustin, I would not be happy with the midfield group at the moment. It took until the ball was thrown in there to someone to go and stand next to Finlay Bain. There's not even anyone near him now, and he's had nearly 15 disposals, and he'll get it right there.
Well, there's number 16, that being the case. Finlay Bain goes with a quick toe poke kick down towards the centre wing. It's going to be picked up here. They just seem to be doing as they please at the moment.
You cannot let Finlay Bain, Bailey Welsh, Braden Nelms left alone at a stoppage.
And whereas, if you look on the other side of the ledger, where is Alex Arnett? He has not We haven't seen much of him so far. Now, is he actually on the ground? Because I can't actually see him out there at the moment. Is he actually out there, AJ? Because I'm telling you, he's done nothing so far.
He's been quiet to start. Might be just having a relax at the moment. Vossi, ball thrown in. Pryor getting an easy hit out there, and he gets a kick forward on the left. Right there to that man, Shane Tennant. He puts his body on the line. Tom Kelly, the old Matt Suckling sort of look-alike player there. Tell you what, Tom Kelly looking up close. He's got a fair bit of Bailey Fritsch about him, Vossi. On the left, the Buffon.
Tell you what, they do run with a few interesting hairstyles here, and even I'm just looking out there at who's wearing 42 for the Bombers here?
Jackson Burr. That's a fantastic mullet, isn't it?
Oh, that's just
top class.
Priceless.
As he gets the ball there, he saw Shane Tennant coming. He disposed of it quickly. Tennant just goes back and gets the footy. He breaks away from half back, goes up to the wing. It's a great mark there from Jasper O'Neill. He gets the ball going quickly. Gill, that man again, Finlay Bain. He's been on fire. Bailey Cole, inside forward 50. Shot at goal. And it goes through for a behind. This is getting in some serious trouble for the midfield here for Frankston Bombers. Vossi, when we can't take stats, we can't do everything, but Finlay Bain had to have had at least 16 touches this quarter. He has absolutely been dominant.
He has been very much the best player on the ground, no doubt about it, at the moment. So Beau Muskin's got a bit of work to do at quarter time, because at quarter time in the match of the day, it is a 19-point lead to Mount Eliza. 4-3-27. They're in front of the Bombers 1-2-8. You're listening and watching RPPFM.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spitfire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
Need your property painted, but you don't want to just trust any painter with your asset? Give Wow Factor Painting Solutions a call. We're based on the Mornington Peninsula and specialise in high-quality painting solutions. We are proud members of the Master Painters Victoria and the Dulux Accredited Program. For a free quotation, visit wowfactorps.com.au or call 0475 448 285. Wow Factor Painting Solutions, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75D23Ls from our DIN 65LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road, Mornington.
At SJS Accounting Strategies in Mornington, our mission is a simple one: to make running your business easier. to get money-related challenges out of the way so you can focus on growing your business. It doesn't matter which business sector you're from, our commitment to helping you grow will be exactly the same. Why? Because our team loves helping businesses achieve their goals. Contact SJS Accounting on 5975 0488 or visit www.sjsaccountingstrategies.com.au. A station sponsor.
Dreaming of a cold beer poured straight from the tap? Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, located on Watt Road in Mornington, is open Wednesday to Sunday, offering craft beers and spirits produced on site, with local wines and cocktails also available. Come down and enjoy one of their famous wood-fired pizzas in the beer garden. A local taste experience. Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, the spirit of local. tarbarrel.com.au, a station sponsor.
Here at Bridgestone Select, it's our job to keep you moving with the right advice,
a great range of products
and service you can count on.
So when it comes to tyres,
when it comes to auto care,
come to Bridgestone Select for service that moves you.
Jones Lapino Real Estate, located on Wilsons Road, are Mornington Peninsula's boutique real estate professionals, offering premium service in sales, auctions, investment property management and holiday leasing across the Mornington Peninsula. Contact Jones Lapino for the very best in client experience on 5975 5593 or visit joneslapino.com.au, a station sponsor. Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
And welcome back to Greg Beck Oval here at the Baxter Reserve. A big clash today between the home side, the Frankston Bombers, and Mount Eliza. Mount Eliza well and truly in front by 19 points at quarter time. And boys, some scores, not too much coming through early, but I can tell you Bond Beach 4-8-32, Edithvale, Aspendale 4 straight 24. We've only got one score through so far, I think, in Div 2, which is Langwarrin running away with it to quarter time, 6-8-44. Hastings one behind. I'll just check in.
A couple more in Croker if you want them.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think I've got a score through from. No, I haven't got a Frankston YCW score unless you've got one through.
No, I'll tell you what I do have. Pearcedale are in front by 17 points against Chelsea. Big Chiefs not going to be too happy, AJ. Mornington are 8 points behind in the game against Crib Point.
Are they going to break their duck today, Vossi?
Well, they could very well. Langwarrin up by 37 points against Hastings, and Somerville up by 24 points against Coringal, and Seaford with the early score against Devon Meadows. And I'll just Crib Point are 8 points in front, Big Chief. Cribby against Mornington, yeah, 4-3 to 3-1. Is he actually playing?
Just quickly, boys, in the AFL, Port Adelaide 5-3-33, Sydney Swans 5-1-31. And I was actually at the ground at Port Adelaide. Vossi, remember when Buddy kicked that magnificent running goal there a few years ago? I think it was a Friday night game or a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
A crowd, the Cyrus were sitting with some Swan supporters who erupted, but that was a great goal that night at the Adelaide Oval.
Siren sounds for the start of the second quarter here. Ball thrown up. Harry Pryor starting where he left off. Ball driven inside forward 50. There's Khan Haratuku. Drop the mark. Can't get clear of Shane Tennant. Getting another stoppage inside the forward 50. It was Sutton getting the clearance. Mason DeWitt by hand. Quick kick outside of the defensive 50 from Mount Eliza. It's a great lead there from Lockie Hodder. He's got the footy on the back flank. Mount Eliza, he looks up towards the wing. Tom Kelly was his target. Pickers there for Frankston Bombers. Harry Pryor goes on his left, looking for a mark. It's taken there for Mount Eliza. They've gone in and they've found James Hammond. He goes by hand to Kelly. Over the top, looking for Harrison Scott. Needs to get the ball over the top. Great work from Sam Drake. Although Mount Eliza are out here, if they can get past this one. Good tackle again for Sam Drake. He's battled really well for Frankston Bombers. We'll get a stoppage just outside the forward 50 for Mount Eliza here. Harrison Scott, bit worse for wear.
First goal crucial in this second quarter as far as the Bombers are concerned. They scored the first goal of the game but haven't scored one since. Mount Eliza with the last four. They've got a free kick here through Harrison Pryor at half back. So they're looking to go in short. Haven't been as clean and pinpoint as what Mount Eliza have been with the ball so far. They look to go forward with a long kick down towards half forward. And guess who? The man who does that for a living every day of the week, Shane Tennant, just floats across and says, I'll grab that one. Where is his opponent? Who is his opponent? That's what I'd like to be asking if I was the coach of Frankston right now.
Yeah, two questions that Bo must
find the answer to.
Yeah, is who's on Finlay Bain and who's should be standing next to Shane Tennant. Amalfi, hands off the ground. Ball falls with Sutton. He goes looking for Chapman. Tries to keep the ball in. Not able to do so. We'll get a throw in.
Well, look where
on the
Shane
far
Tennant
side.
is. And look, there's no one going, well, no, Khan Haratuku certainly not, and Zach Lonman certainly not. There's no one going near him.
They'll be playing one extra up the ground, Vossi.
So ball thrown back into play. Mount Eliza into attack. Quick kick out of defence. Was touched off the boot. The umpire called play on, so ball is knocked down and Mount Eliza looking to bring the ball back in. But it's going to be picked up there on that occasion. And they can clear on this way down the centre wing towards half forward, not to be. The ball is going to be picked up now by McDonald Girolami, who's going to get a free kick for too high.
Fossey, just to answer your question about Alex Harnett, if you see him in the middle of the ground there, he's got his elbow strapped and he's just holding it there. It's just look at him go through the middle there. His left arm is just no good.
It's just hanging there.
Yeah. So I think he'll be in a fair bit of trouble for the rest of the day. Ball goes out to the far wing, falls in the lap of Chapman. He goes long. Looking for Longham, but that man there in Shane Tennant is able to come across and spoil the ball. He's been fantastic once again for Mount Eliza. They're going to win a free kick. They go quickly. Looking for Finlay Bain. He drops a mark, but he just gets around his opponent too easily. He goes looking up to centre half forward, and he's found Jeremy Burton. He gets the handball off. Back to Finlay Bain. He goes on his left. That's a great kick out in front. And Mount Eliza will go back. In the form of Jordan Rouse, I think it is there for Mount Eliza. He just needs to go back. Not much of an angle. He's right next to the cricket pitch. They'll be going for goal number 5. But the way that Alex Harnett is holding his arm, Vossi, I think his day might be pretty limited. Shot on goal. Just drifts late. Goes through for a behind.
Mount Eliza 4-4-28. Bombers 1-2-8. Bombers coming off a 5-game winning streak into this game. Mount Eliza off a 2-game losing streak. So both sides coming in with a contrast of form as the long kick comes out towards the half-back line. It's taken by Harry Pryor. Who's got it? He now plays on with a low kick.
It's going to be cut off there by the player in Lachlan Hodder it was. Now they can come back forward. Finlay Bain, again, no one near him. Kick towards half forward. No mark taken. They can still go forward here with a quick kick towards the player in Burton. It was now a quick kick around the corner towards the forward pocket. It will go towards the line and goes over in front of Harrison Scott there for a boundary throw-in.
We know how tough Alex Harnett is, Vossi, but he had the chance to impact the contest out here, but he's clearly favouring his left arm. So, yeah, look, I reckon he'll give it, 5 or 10 minutes. But if he can't do what he usually does, and he's more of a, not a hindrance, but a bit of a liability, then he'll probably need to come off.
Yeah, no, look, he's having no impact on the
He doesn't want to go in and get the footy at the moment.
Well, if he's got some sort of injury there, you could certainly tell why. The left shoulder's definitely hanging lower. There's clearly an issue there.
If you watch there, he won't even push off with the left. He's just sort of running around at the moment. Ball goes up to the wing. That's a great ball from Thomas Kelly, and that's why he's in my half-season team of the year. So is this man, Finlay Bain. He goes out, puts it in front of Jordan Rouse, and he'll go back. Once again, Vossi, a couple of questions need to be asked. No one's gone to Finlay Bain, even though he's probably had 20, and Shane Tennant is continuing to do what he wants to do.
Well, the equivalent for Frankston at the moment is they're playing with 15, because they don't know who's on Shane Tennant, they don't know who's on Finlay Bain, and Alex Harnett's injured.
And that's a goal to Jordan Rouse. Mount Eliza get their 5th of the day. 5-4-34. Frankston Bombers 1-2-8. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. 6.5 minutes gone here in the second quarter.
Yeah, no, they're looking strong here, Mount Eliza.
And we know how hard Alex Harnett is at the footy, but he's clearly in a fair bit of pain there, and we can see him just going through the middle, and that left arm is just hanging there. He doesn't want to pick it up.
I'm wondering, gentlemen, if that collision on the far side of the oval where the ball went out of bounds and that player went into the fence, whether that was where he did it.
Possibly. Haratuku in the ruck now for Frankston. They need a spark. He gets a quick kick forward, looking there for the player in block. But Mount Eliza have been sensational off half-back. They're going to go again with another attack. They go forward. Little Bunanana inside forward 50. Sam Drake, he's been a shining light. So is Jared Amalfi for Frankston Bombers. They just go over the top. This is going to land right in the middle of them. Thomas Kelly, if he can get through. No, he cannot. It's a great tackle from Mitch Charles, but Mount Eliza will be happy with a stoppage inside forward 50. Ball's thrown up. Players just leave it. Sam Fox, quick clearing kick. That's a big spot from Diddy Mancantonio. Mason DeWitt, he goes long. But Sam Drake, he's standing in the goal square there. And takes a saving mark for Frankston Bombers. He's going to go in short. They've got the ball up to Diddy Mancantonio. Inside the forward 50 for Mount Eliza still though. He's called to play on. He goes in short. He's found Avery. Hemmed in on the boundary though, Frankston Bombers at the moment. They can't get any run going. They're going to look backwards. They've found Drake. It's great work from Gill there, just not allowing Amalfi free. They're very stagnant, Frankston Bombers. Ball over the back. Sweeping handball looking for Cole. He just overruns the footy, but he gets it back. And he's called and will receive a free kick for legging there, just outside the centre square. Half forward for Mount Eliza.
So the kick comes in towards the forward pocket. And not being able to take the mark, just used his body to get the ball away from his Mount Eliza opponent. There was Fraser Phillips, ball over the line for a boundary throw-in, but
if Sam Drake wasn't playing Vossi, the margin would be about 9 goals, I reckon. He's been fantastic.
Well, Mount Eliza are just
they're not having to defend too much at the moment. But the Bombers have got no idea at the moment where their second goal is going to come from. They do not look like it at this stage. As the ball is kicked high in the air towards attacking 50 or defensive 50. Now, quick kick, it is out of bounds. Is it out of bounds in the full? No, it's a mark to Sam Drake. So he has got it at left full back. He's looking to switch play out towards the broadcast side. Instead, he goes down the scoreboard side of the ground. That's a poor kick.
They just cannot exit their defensive 50 at the moment, Vossi.
They've got all the answers, Mount Eliza, and seemingly Mount Eliza match up very well against this Frankston side. And with Alex Harnett struggling at the moment, it's a real opportunity for Mount Eliza to extend that lead even further, you would think, at this stage. Ball picked up from DeWitt. Round one, left foot kick, floats it, and it's out of bounds on the full. So he did all the hard work, but he couldn't quite finish it off.
There's no pressure on the ball carriers for Mount Eliza at the moment, guys.
Absolutely none.
Bo Muston would be extremely disappointed with how they're playing at home at the moment. Hard player himself. There's just been no contest inside. As the Bombers look to exit their defensive 50, they've done so. They're going in short, but they're going to turn the ball over. That's a horrendous kick. They were looking for Jared Amalfi. Harrison Scott's got it there. He'll go long, looking for Fraser Phillips, but that's going to drop short. And Frankston will be able to rebound once again. They're going to find Sam Fox. True centre-half back position here. He's told to play on. He hasn't got much. Puts it out in front of Longham. Amalfi running through. Burton was able to just stop him in his tracks. And that will be holding the ball against the player there in Sam Morney. They're going to get a 50-metre penalty here. Frankston Bombers. That man, Ryan Marks Logan, will go inside forward 50 and have a shot for goal for their second, and they need it, Michael Voss, is an understatement.
They need it desperately, and Ryan Marks Logan is a natural defender, so he doesn't get too many shots at goal. So
you know what happened last time you said something about a defender? James Brigden had a set shot for goal, and it went at right angles.
It did. This wouldn't surprise me if he does miss this, but he's directly in front. He's 25 out. He sneaks it in for a goal, and they needed that. But there's really not a lot of celebrations, just a casual high five just to say, yep, that's well done. But
Very
they
quiet
needed that.
from the crowd. Very quiet.
Very quiet. 2-2-14 Frankston, 5-4-34 Mount Eliza. And we've played 12 and a half minutes, and this is the second quarter.
Alex Harnett has gone down to play at full forward, Vossi, so clearly he is hampered by that. And it looks like his day will be pretty tricky from now on. Haratuku's in the ruck. He'll go up against Jordan Rouse, who's been pretty prominent up forward. Mount Eliza do it without that traditional big hulking forward, Vossi. Mason DeWitt's gone forward at the moment.
Well, they've got to have Khan Haratuku in the middle because he's the one player that Mount Eliza genuinely fear at the moment. And I say fear by the fact that the big body of him around the ball, it's harder for them to match up on him. So they definitely do fear him, AJ.
Oh, they certainly do. And we've seen in that first game the momentum swung when it was in the middle. So let's see if he can get a bit more momentum for Frankston after kicking their second goal of the day. As we can see, 13 and a half minutes gone. Premier Traditional home scoreboard, second quarter. Sutton, he's stripped of it. Ball in close. We'll get another stoppage on the far wing, on the far half forward flank, sorry. Heading towards the Frankston Bombers goal. Haratuku, that's a great hit out. That was down to Diddy Mancantonio. But Jeremy Burton, he's on the run for Mount Eliza. He goes up, puts the ball out in front of Max Morney there. But it's going to go out, and we'll get another stoppage on the far side. Although this time it's closer to the Mount Eliza goals.
So the umpire's just waiting to...
We'll get a few scores from around the ground, Craigo, if we can, in a sec.
Umpire throws it back into play. We'll come back to you in about 60 seconds, Craigo. So Good tackle applied there, which enables the ball to fall free. Now Frankston with the opportunity to go to the races. They go over the top with a hand pass. Jackson Burr's got it. Now they can go with a kick inside, attacking 50. Going back, but it was looking there for Jared Grant, but it dropped well short of him. The ball goes over the line for a boundary throw-in. Yes, Craigo, what's happening?
Yeah, Pearsdale leading Chelsea 26-9. Crib Point still in front of Mornington 27-19. Langwarren still in front of Hastings. Somerville are 24 points up on Karingal, and we've only got a very early score through from Devon Meadows with Seafood kicking the only goal of the game early. I'd say that those particular scores will change when we can get an update through. And in the Division 1, that only other game we seem to be getting a score through from at the moment is the Bond Beach Eddie Aspendale game, where it's 2 points, Bond Beach 20 to Edithvale Aspendale 18.
And AJ, that score with Langwarren and Hastings in Division 2, 9-3 to 2 points. Another team struggling to score goals at Langwarren.
Did you say 9-3 or 3-9, did you say?
9-3 to 2 points. 55 points is the margin.
Yeah. Harry Pryor tries to go through. Tackle applied on Kingsbury. We'll get another stoppage on the far side of the ground here at Greg Beck Oval. .5 minutes gone, just about in the second quarter. Mount Eliza on top, the ball out in front of Cole. Handball over the top from Mount Eliza, but it's taken out, and we'll get another throw in.
So the Bombers only scoring the 2 goals so far in the game, and they really need to try and eat into this margin a little bit, even just outscore by a goal or a goal and a bit heading up towards half-time, just to get that scoreboard going back in the right way as far as they're concerned. But Mount Eliza at this stage have all the answers. The umpire says it is holding the ball, and a free kick to take place. It will go to Mount Eliza at right half-back flank. They look to go with a kick down towards Gill. The ball bounces, or goes through, I should say, Sam Gill's hands. Ball comes back, an opportunity now for Pryor. A long kick by Harry Pryor. It is towards half forward. And Alex Harnett just not in it today. That arm is affecting him big time at the moment. He really can't lift that left arm up too much, it seems, at the moment. The short pass is with Mount Eliza. They now go forward towards the half-forward line. They've got an open forward line if they switch and go now. Hand pass over the top. Now quick kick towards full forward. It's going to be a downfield free kick, I think it is. So the downfield free kick will take place about 25 metres out from goal. I think it might be going to James Hammond. It is going to James Hammond. So this, with all Frankston's good work in the last few minutes, good work in terms of getting the ball forward, stopping Mount Eliza scoring, hitting the scoreboard a little bit themselves, AJ, if they concede this one that really hurt heading towards half-time.
You mentioned Harnett again just before, Vossi, and he's too much of an integral part of this Frankston Bombers lineup, so he needs to just come off and ice up for the day. Like, I understand what they're trying to do is Hammond drills that home. Mount Eliza have got their 6th. They go to 6-4-40. Frankston Bombers 2-2-14. Just getting back to that, like, he's only going to damage it more, and we can see they're 4 goals behind at the moment. Can he impact the game? It doesn't look like he can. And look, if he does more damage to it and misses the back half of the year, then that really hurts Frankston Bombers' chances.
Obviously, this is an important game, and they're 26 points down at the moment. But they've got Sereno next week, and then they've got YCW. They need Alex Harnett up and about, if at all possible.
Ball in the middle. The Rucks do battle. Harry Pryor winning down. Mount Eliza just overrun the ball. Frankston Bombers players pushed off it there. Looks like it's Diddy Mancantonio. He's been good for Frankston. Misses with their hands though. They're able to go back on it. Gets the double stat there, Vossi. He drives it long inside forward 50. Looking for Mark to Haratuku, but none coming. Ball goes over the back. Longham And a second shot there. Is this going to be over the line? No. The umpires awarded a goal. The player there in McMillan it was for Frankston. So they've got another one there. Frankston Bombers, they go to 3-2-20. Mount Eliza 6-4-40. Nearly 20 minutes gone in the second quarter. The Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. They weren't happy there, Mount Eliza, Vossi.
No, they thought it was rushed through, but not to be. Look, that's a good answering goal there for the Bombers to get themselves back. Mount Eliza have exactly doubled Frankston's score at 6-4-40 Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. Bombers 3-2-20. Vital 6 or 7 minutes heading up towards half-time in this big game in Division 1 this afternoon. They get the ball out of the middle to the Bombers. They go towards half-forward, but it was dropped a little bit short. In fact, they wanted to kick it, but had a hand pass it now. Mount Eliza not going to go forward with a hand pass over the top. Looking there and finding the player there in Phillips it was, who goes in short.
That's a lovely
kick. And the mark
kick
has
from
been
Phillips.
taken. It's been taken by Jordan Rouse, who scored one goal this quarter. It was a kick similar distance to this.
That was a sensational kick from Phillips if you're a forward right out in front.
Well, that's what you want, isn't it? So Jordan Rouse is the ball. Comes in and has the shot, and that's exactly where he aimed that ball. So that misses on that occasion. 6-5-41. Bombers are 3-2-20. We've played 21 and a half minutes Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Looks like Alex Harnett, he's going to continue on, and he's gone and stood next to Shane Tennant. So look for him to just run with him for a bit. At least put a bit of pressure on. As Frankston come out of their defensive 50, they go up looking for Jared Grant. Although he's kicked the first goal, he's been pretty quiet after that. It's not having a go at him, though, because the Bombers forwards have found it tough going. Picker steps through. Haratuku. He goes across goal. He's found Chapman.
I wonder whether we can get maybe a bit of slow motion footage or something on Alex Harnett, because you can clearly see out there that he went to the
Chapman's going to be run down. That's a great tackle from behind.
And the tackle he
That's
went was
horrible
only one
awareness.
hand.
And he looks to be injured there. They're going to go inside, and they've found Harrison Scott.
But instead of going, it'd be me trying to tackle you at the moment, AJ. I could tackle you left-handed, but I can't do it right-handed.
Absolutely. He just dawdled out of half-back. And he was absolutely smashed from behind. He's still on the ground there. We can see him in the background.
This will hurt just before half-time.
And I reckon the Mount Eliza players might just go and say a few words to him if this one goes through from Harrison Scott. He goes back. But he's just pushed it to the far side.
A couple of vital ones just before half-time that they've missed, and all of a sudden it just keeps Frankston believing at the moment. They're 22 points down.
They just look one pace at the moment, the Bombers, Vossi.
Yeah, look, they've been up for quite a few weeks. This is the biggest test they've had for a while, and it's just they're not with it at the moment as the kick comes out of defence down towards centre wing. Mount Eliza will load back up with a kick inside attacking 50. And no talk whatsoever there on that occasion. Harrison Scott was the player who didn't know what was coming behind him and wasn't really sure whether I should go for the mark or not. The ball comes out. It's taken back from Mount Eliza. A quick kick is smothered off the boot by Harrison Pryor. Now Bailey Welsh has got it. He gets the ball back towards half forward. The mark has been taken here from Mount Eliza. 50 metres out from goal. Right half forward flank. Now they kick towards centre half forward. Going back and taking a mark is Ryan Marks Logan, who surprisingly is one of Frankston's goal kickers so far. Margin is 22 points, 24 minutes in the second quarter.
How's the difference when Mount Eliza, or when Frankston try and exit the defensive 50, and Mount Eliza forwards and half forwards are just well on top of them. They don't let it out easy, continuing to turn the ball over in this position, Frankston Bombers, and it shows why they're 22 points ahead on the scoreboard. It's Mount Eliza. They go and found Shane Tennant. He's got Max Morney in the middle all by himself. He's got a Paddock. He turns and goes, puts the ball out in front of Capkin. He goes on his left. He's looking for Fraser Phillips, and that's a great kick once again.
They've got a loose man in the goal square. All he needs to do is go over the top, and Frankston ain't even bothered manning him up.
Haratuku's there, Vossi. It's all right.
Well,
he's not going to put the ball over the top.
Well, he could have, because Haratuku was just walking, and it had a quick kick happen. He could have done it, AJ, seriously.
Fraser Phillips is a great set shot. In he comes. Not too far from the Mount Eliza bench here. He's just left it to the near side. Mount Eliza, they move on. 6-7-43. Frankston Bombers 3-2-20. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. 25.5 minutes gone. Just getting the scores through on the YCW Pines game, Vossi. You'll be happy to know Frankston YCW 9-6-60, Pines 5 behinds.
If you watch the bounce, you know where I'm coming from. That's standard.
As the ball's gone out, found Avery for Frankston Bombers. He's called to play on. He's got not much forward, and he's turned the ball over. That's a horrendous kick. Burton, he was looking for Bain. That one wasn't much better. Bailey Welsh just puts his body over the ball. Fox was dispossessed. Naums, he's got it. Top of the forward 50 there for Mount Eliza.
So at centre half forward is the ball. Finlay Bain was tackled. Crowd wanted holding the ball. The siren went. So at half time it is a 23-point lead to Mount Eliza. 6-7-43. They're in front of the Bombers 3-2-20. And Alex Arnett is clearly hampered by a left elbow or shoulder injury. So what we're going to do is go to a break, and we'll come back and tell you more about it. We'll have a bit of a break while we get ourselves together and come back for hopefully what is a big third quarter on RPP.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spitfire. Phone 9787-4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
Need your property painted, but you don't want to just trust any painter with your asset? Give Wow Factor Painting Solutions a call. We're based on the Mornington Peninsula and specialise in high-quality painting solutions. We are proud members of the Master Painters Victoria and the Dulux Accredited Program. For a free quotation, visit wowfactorps.com.au or call 0475 448 285. Wow Factor Painting Solutions, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road, Mornington.
At SJS Accounting Strategies in Mornington, our mission is a simple one: to make running your business easier, to get money-related challenges out of the way so you can focus on growing your business. It doesn't matter which business sector you're from, our commitment to helping you grow will be exactly the same. Why? Because our team loves helping businesses achieve their goals. Contact SJS Accounting on 5975 0488 or visit www.sjsaccountingstrategies.com.au. A station sponsor.
Dreaming of a cold beer poured straight from the tap? Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, located on Watt Road in Mornington, is open Wednesday to Sunday, offering craft beers and spirits produced on site, with local wines and cocktails also available. Come down and enjoy one of their famous wood-fired pizzas in the beer garden. A local taste experience. Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, the spirit of local. tarbarrel.com.au, a station sponsor.
Here at Bridgestone Select, it's our job to keep you moving with the right advice,
A great range of products
and service you can count on.
So when it comes to tyres,
When it comes to auto care,
come to Bridgestone Select, the service that moves you.
Jones Lapino Real Estate, located on Wilson's Road, are Mornington Peninsula's boutique real estate professionals, offering premium service in sales, auctions, investment property management and holiday leasing across the Mornington Peninsula. Contact Jones Lapino for the very best in client experience on 5975 5593 or visit joneslapino.com.au, a station sponsor. Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station.
Here at Bridgestone Select, it's our job to keep you moving with the right advice,
a great range of products
and service you can count on.
So when it comes to tyres,
When it comes to auto care,
come to Bridgestone Select, the service that moves you.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spit Hire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
Need your property painted, but you don't want to just trust any painter with your asset? Give Wow Factor Painting Solutions a call. We're based on the Mornington Peninsula and specialise in high-quality painting solutions. We are proud members of the Master Painters Victoria and the Dulux Accredited Program. For a free quotation, visit wowfactorps.com.au. www.batteryworld.com.au or call 0475 448 285. Wow Factor Painting Solutions, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road, Mornington.
At SJS Accounting Strategies in Mornington, our mission is a simple one: to make running your business easier. To get money-related challenges out of the way so you can focus on growing your business. It doesn't matter which business sector you're from, our commitment to helping you grow will be exactly the same. Why? Because our team loves helping businesses achieve their goals. Contact SJS Accounting on 5975 0488 or visit www.sjsaccountingstrategies.com.au. A station sponsor.
Dreaming of a cold beer poured straight from the tap? Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, located on Watt Road in Mornington, is open Wednesday to Sunday, offering craft beers and spirits produced on site, with local wines and cocktails also available. Come down and enjoy one of their famous wood-fired pizzas in the beer garden. A local taste experience. Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, the spirit of local. tarbarrel.com.au, a station sponsor.
Here at Bridgestone Select, it's our job to keep you moving with the right advice,
A great range of products.
And service you can count on.
So when it comes to tyres,
When it comes to auto care,
come to Bridgestone Select for service that moves you.
Jones Lapino Real Estate, located on Wilson's Road, are Mornington Peninsula's boutique real estate professionals, offering premium service in sales, auctions, investment property management and holiday leasing across the Mornington Peninsula. Contact Jones Lapino for the very best in client experience on 5975 5593 or visit joneslapino.com.au, a station sponsor. Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking sign?
Welcome back to Greg Beck Oval here in Baxter. It's still half time. If you've missed it, the score's 6-7-43. Mount Eliza leading Frankston 3-2-20. I've got Suss on. Michael Voss has gone wandering off to the canteen. So let's have a look at it. Suss, we heard, we're not too far away from the Mount Eliza rooms here, and I listened into their midfield meeting group, and they were full of praise for young Lockie Hodder there, and he's been sensational with his pressure, and they basically said when they've been in the middle and Alex Harnett's been in there, they can just see how much pain he is in with that elbow injury.
Yeah, I think it's a real switch around from what happened in round 2, and I'd love to see a possession count at the moment.
Yeah,
because I'd say easy 25% increase in Mount Eliza, what they have over Frankston Bombers at the moment, and their movement of the ball, and I'll call it precision is really fantastic. And going out there at quarter time, I saw the I suppose the playing group, and noticed from round 2 match to now it was a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So they've got some I'll call them older heads in there. And they've swept the roll around, and it's they're pushing the physique now and doing the physical work, whereas Frankston Bombers are not bringing anything.
No, they haven't. They've been really sloppy exiting their defensive 50. I guess the only real shining light for Frankston Bombers has probably been Sam Drake down deep in defence, and also Didiman Cantonio's been pretty good through the midfield as well.
Yeah, and at the quarter-time break, I tell you what, the team were very impressed, and the coach were applauding Michael West and his physical trade on the game. So that was really good as we see Mount Eliza come out now. Frankston Bombers already out in the ground, and you just look at the makeup and how Frankston Bombers are running out at the moment, and it just doesn't look as if they're ready for a footy match at the moment.
No, well, Mount Eliza have been superb with their ball movement, as we said, and it was interesting listening to their midfield sort of meeting, and they were just full of praise, and their run's been sensational. And well, it's only been a matter of 2 to 3 kicks, and they're inside forward 50 after exiting the defensive 50, and they've stuck to a plan. Whereas Frankston, they've just been blown away. Like, I cannot count how many times that Finlay Bain has been standing on his own at a stoppage, and as you mentioned stats, he would have to be 25 at least.
Yep. And he's creating a lot of the play and setting up a lot of the play. Looking at handball for the first option, and just that continuity of pushing the play, and Mount Eliza ahead to the forward line. So and backing up. So look, I'm really impressed with Mount Eliza. We're going to have a chat with Steve Braddell post the three-quarter time huddle. He's assured me that the dump button will be required because he's going to pay out on us for picking Frankston Bombers, but they have really switched it around. I dare put the question out, and I'll probably put the question out to him. What if the weather was a bit different?
Yeah.
What would come into play there? But we've got a perfect. We'll call it a perfect football day. 0 wind, 0 effect. But you look at the huddle of Mount Eliza at the moment, and how close they are. And down the other end, we pop down and we see the Frankston Bombers, and it's a chore. There's hands on hips. It just doesn't look like they're ready to fire. So,
well, they've certainly been blown away in that first half. We're not going to sugarcoat it. You look at it. There's been 13 scoring shots to 5, and Mount Eliza should probably be 1 or 2 goals up. And when your leader Alex Harnett is injured, and
just look at him there with his elbow there.
Yeah, he doesn't. He can't put it around anyone, and
yep.
You got to feel sorry for him because he's tough and he wants to keep going for his side. But like in the long run, it's probably a little bit to the detriment of his output today. Obviously, Haratuku's fought hard, I thought, and he looks to change the momentum when he does go in the middle. Harry Pryor's been quite good as well. So I think the second half will be a big determination of how hard or how much the Frankston Bombers can turn it around. They need to get Jared Grant in some one-on-one contests because at the moment he's been 2-on-1, and also the fact is they've just been absolutely smashed around the stoppage, and Finlay Bain just exits at will. We're not far a start off here in the third quarter. As we mentioned, Premier Traditional Homes scoreboard.
Saw Steve Braddell at half-time. Didn't speak to him, but he looks very content with life at the moment.
I'm not sure if you'd be probably as content as you would want to be, when you've kicked 6-7. But I think
the fact that Harnett's injured, the fact that they're stopping Frankston getting involved. Hello, Dole.
The ball's held aloft to start the second half here. Harry Pryor gets the tap down to Sutton. He goes on his left, but Mason DeWitt just cuts across from the wing. He'll roll onto his left foot. He's going long, looking for Harrison Scott. Not able to take the mark. He's going to win a free kick for over the shoulder.
First goal is crucial, AJ.
It is. They've started fast once again. DeWitt's going to roll around the back. He'll go onto his left. He's just doing it at ease at the moment. Little scrubby kick forward. Doesn't find a target. Ball on the ground. Harrison Scott. Bailey Welsh dives in. But it's come out there for Frankston Bombers. Sam Fox. He needs to get going in this second half if the Bombers are to make a play. Bouncing around once again. Just a little hack kick. Nelms cuts it off for Mount Eliza. He gets a looping handball over the top to Bailey Welsh. Once again, they've got the momentum. They're going long. Inside forward 50. Little scrappy ball. But the ball is out. There's a good tackle there from Jared Amalfi. We'll get a throw in deep inside. Mount Eliza's forward 50 just in front of the cricket nets there. Harry Pry doing the ruck work. He'll do battle with Jordan Rouse. Easy hit out, but it goes straight to that man in Finlay Bain, who's been probably the best player on the ground so far. Would be leading the Jones Lupino best on ground. It looks like a free kick's been given. It looked like an easy mark to Chapman, but a free kick has been given here to Fraser Phillips. So this is not the start that the Frankston Bombers wanted.
I'm just watching Alex Harnett out there. He's still got that left arm hanging quite low. So Fraser Phillips to give Mount Eliza a 29-point lead early stages of this, the third quarter. He has the shot. He puts it through for a goal. The crowd tell you the story. Mount Eliza up by 29 points, doing it very well here at Baxter Park. 7-7-49, and the Bombers are 3 goals to 20. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Just seen Tom Kelly doing a few run-throughs on the bench. He was on the bench leading into half-time, so he looks a little sore, but I think he'll continue on. Fraser Phillips has his second in the day. Ball thrown up in the middle. Harry Pryor winning an easy hit out. Goes to Sutton, then to Fox. He goes out looking for the player there in Seth Harris, but it's escorted out, and we'll get a throw in on the far side here. Greg Beck Oval. Still think Jared Grant's Bridgestone Select contender for goal of the day. Kingsbury. He tries to break through, and he does. He's going to go inside forward 50 looking for Haratuku. He can't take the mark, but he butters up. Quick kick from Fox is smothered. And it's gone out of bounds, and we'll get a throw in inside the Frankston Bombers forward 50.
Well, on the footy show this morning, what did I say? Coringal needed to win. If Coringal don't win today, they're gone. They're 1 point behind at the moment, but they are having a crackerjack game, a ding-a-ling game with the Somerville side 56-55. That one, AJ. That's
good that they've brought their attacking prowess, Vossi.
Good to see both sides having a bit of a crack there. So sounds like a really good game there at the Jones Road Oval in Division 2. 4.5 minutes into the third quarter here in the Division 1. The RPPFM, the Battery Water Mornington match of the day. It is a 29-point lead to Mount Eliza. And the umpire's given a free kick for holding the man. We'll come back here to Mount Eliza. They will go forward once again, a hand pass off, and they can just trot off. Shocking kick. That was a laid-back, nothing kick. It was, wouldn't even call it a shank. It was just a Shizen kick. It really was. Now, Bombers with the opportunity now to come back forward. And can't put the pressure on the left side of the body there. He tried to outwit Shane Tennant, did Alex Arnett from behind, but Tennant was too good for him.
He's turned it over, though, Vossi.
He has, and he's turned it over to old Spindle Shanks. In Jared Grant, who's kicked 1 goal this afternoon. They need Jared Grant to stand up here to get back into this game, the Bombers. He's kicked 1 goal. He kicked the first goal of the game. He's 40 metres out. He's at right half forward flank.
He has the shot. He has put it through for a goal. Much needed goal for the Bombers. Can that inspire something of a comeback by the home side? It's 4-2-26, the Bombers. 7-7-49, Mount Eliza. We've played 6 minutes in the third quarter. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard. Good goal.
Did what he had to do, Vossi, didn't he?
Did what he had to do, so this is a vital time. The winner obviously goes 4 points clear of the other one on the ladder, so it's an 8-point game. So the umpire brings the ball back to the middle. Up to the two, Ruckman. Pryor was beaten, but a high kick forward for Frankston towards centre half forward. And Tennant went with the one hand. Alex Harnett put some pressure on him there. Might have interfered with not to be. He gets the feed out, but only goes as far as the attacking 50. Now quick kick around the corner. Looking there at half forward for Jared Grant, who just stood there and watched it. Now the kick goes out towards half back. It's 1-on-2 in favour of Mount Eliza. Frankston have just got to try and win it out here, and they do. They keep it inside, well, not inside their attacking area, just outside the 50. In fact, about 60 out from the goal they're attacking. They trail by 23 points on the scoreboard.
Ball thrown in. Pryor, Horney doing the ruck work. Pryor gets in front. And Bailey Welsh is at the bottom of the pack. We'll get another stoppage just outside the forward 50. Two ruckmen go at it again. Hammond trying to break through. He can't do so. Harry Pryor just edges his opponent out. Sam Fox, clearing kick, goes deep inside forward 50. Ball goes over the back. Easily rushed through there from Mount Eliza.
Even Sam Fox has been pretty well held today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's not his usual self, but he's worked really hard.
Not his dominant self, but the former league best and fairest winner. That was a good kick for distance. Just didn't work out to be a goal for them, but they're trying to hang in here, the Bombers. They're trying to hang tough. Alex Arnett clearly hampered with a left arm injury. And Mount Eliza have just got to try and answer the challenge. Keep this lead until three-quarter time. They'll look very good ending into the last quarter. We've still got plenty of time to go in this game. Quick kick inside attacking 50. It's going to be hand pass back. Finlay Bain, I don't think anyone knows actually who's playing him. He doesn't even know, I don't think. That was a poor kick. Mark taken by Khan Haratuku, who goes in short towards Jared Grant, who will have a shot from probably a little bit worse of an angle than what he did about 5 minutes ago when he kicked the goal. But he'll kick from right half forward flank. He'll kick from out near the boundary line. And this is an opportunity for another goal here. It's going to be a tough kick, but he's certainly within kicking distance. The margin currently is 22 points in favour of the Redlegs.
It's two turnovers now to Finlay Bain that could result in goals.
Has the shot. And he's, just missed. I was about to say he's put it through. The umpire seemed to be holding his ground and then just ducked away to the right at the end there. 4-4-28 the Bombers. 7-7-49 Mount Eliza. We've played 9 minutes in the third quarter.
Mount Eliza looking to exit their defensive 50. They'll go up in front of their coach's box there. Hammond just creates a contest. Ball goes out. We'll get another throw in. The Bombers are just fighting back here. They're applying a bit of pressure. Caused a couple of turnovers from Mount Eliza's defensive 50. Two rucks are going to do battle once again. Pryor getting an easy tap out. Looking to get to advantage. And we'll get another throw in. Ball has not moved. Ball comes in, a little flatter trajectory there from the boundary umpire. Ball's on the ground. Hammond put his head over it. Everyone just dives on him.
Wow-wee.
0 for 3 for me in the AFL so far. Port Adelaide are smashing Sydney. Up by 42 points.
Rouse now into the ruck from Mount Eliza. He gets the hit out down. Hammond just gets a quick kick off the ground. Up to Nalms.
That's a free kick.
He's looking for a free kick there. None forthcoming. Burton. Ball just bouncing around. Burr tries to get through Nalms. He can't. We'll get another stoppage just in front of the hill here at Greg Beck Oval.
Jackson Burr's got the Darcy Byrne-Jones hairstyle, actually, I reckon.
Ball goes over the back. Finlay Bain getting another quick kick. Standing there is Amalfi. Coming over the top was Harrison Scott. Ryan Marks Logan doing the crumbing. Chapman, he doesn't give the hands. He's going to go long, looking for that man in Spindle Shanks, but Shane Tennant comes across with a fist. Quick clearing kick from the defensive 50, but it's turned over. Mark there to Didiman Cantonio. He's been good today, Vossi. Quick kick looking for Harnett. That was better, Alex. Harnett was able to get his arm up. He looks sore, though, just after doing that. Hodder for Mount Eliza. He goes in. Looking for Gill, but it goes over the back of him. Sam Fox looking for something. Wanted to come back out towards the clubroom side, but he goes across ground. Look for Pickus. Just over the head of DeWitt. Haratuka getting a handball off. Amalfi just brushing past his opponent there. Jared Grant just able to stand his ground. Kelly. Ball goes out. Can Bird get a tackle on? No, he can't. Standing there is Hodder for Mount Eliza. He's going to exit the defensive 50, and he's found Burton, who takes the mark there on their second attempt.
Just wonder if you're Bo Mustin, you're 21 points down at the moment. When do you draw the line with where do you draw the line with Alex Harnett? When do you just say enough's enough and you take him off the ground? Because jumping for that mark hampered his arm. It clearly hampered his arm. You could see it, and he was in anguish when as he came down. He realised I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's a competitor in me. We all know he's a star, but he is hampered today by that injury, no doubt about it. Ball on centre wing. Now, quick hand pass out there by Finlay Bain it was. Now the ball is going to come back forward here for Frankston. Up towards half forward. Zach Long just needs to try and keep the ball inside the attacking area. He did very well there to try and keep the ball in play, but Mount Eliza eventually went out. They go with a long kick down the line towards centre wing, off the pack. A hand pass over the top. Now they've got the opportunity here, the Bombers. They go with a kick towards Jared Grant, who comes out. Couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. The Mount Eliza side had the numbers there to try and win out, but the ball will come back in. Frankston bring it back in towards the top of the goal square, about 25 out from goal. Ball is knocked away. A hand pass. Jackson Burr might get on the end of this. He does get on the end of it. Can he keep it in play? He balks. He sells the tackle. He snaps. He misses. Oh, boy, a bit up in there.
How's the courage of Shane Tennant, though? He went back with a flight once and then crashed a pack for the second opportunity. He's been fantastic once again for Mount Eliza as they bring the ball back in. DeWitt goes up, looking for Fraser Phillips, with a big fist over the line from Pickus. We'll get a throw in. 14 minutes gone. Third quarter here, Premier Traditional Homes scoreboard. Thanks to Icon of Sports of Melbourne for their support, as well as Bridgestone Select in Mornington. Ball thrown in, comes in nice and high. Rouse getting an easy hit out there to advantage. Bit going on in the middle of the ground here. And the free kick's been awarded to Chapman, Frankston Bombers.
Shepherd off the ball is what we were told. Bombers trying to get themselves back into this game. Kingsbury couldn't take the mark. Ball over the line for a boundary throw in. The margin is 20 points.
That high kick's not working for the Bombers today. Vossi Haratuku's been well contained, and they need to just lower their eyes and get their ball movement going rather than just bombing away.
Yeah, that is true, but they've put a fair bit into this third quarter, the Bombers. How much have they got left in the last quarter? That's going to be the big question, because right now they are really trying their guts out there to try and get this margin back to a manageable level. It's at 20 points as it stands right now.
We are 15 minutes into the third quarter. A quick kick by Kingsbury around the corner towards Tennant and Harnett. Harnett just beaten by Tennant there. The ball goes over the line right next to the Frankston goal. Ball about 5 metres out from the Frankston Bombers goal now. Can Big Khan get into a position here where he can maybe take it out of the contest and maybe snap a quick goal out of this? This will be what he's trying to do. He gets it over the top. He found a teammate who snapped a goal, but it went through for a goal, but it was actually touched off the boot. They were celebrating it too, but then they realised what had happened. It went straight through the middle, which is a great kick. It was great set play there by Khan Haratuku there, AJ.
Sorry, Vossi was just getting a score in, and Seaford have gone ahead in that game against Devon Meadows. So Luke Hodge currently not able to help Devon Meadows in the lead at the moment. Seaford 53, playing Devon Meadows 3-4-22. So if they go down with the services of Luke Hodge, it will be very disappointing for Devon Meadows.
Very much so. It'll continue Seaford's amazing streak, won't it?
It will. Ball goes up for Mount Eliza. They look inside their forward 50. Just goes over the top there. A free kick has been given for too high and will go the way of Frankston Bombers. Crago got a few scores from around the ground at the moment.
Yeah, 1 point game. Karingal back in front of Somerville. Langwarrin 83, Hastings 22. Mornington 45, Crib Point 40. Pearsdale 62, Chelsea 31. You mentioned that Seaford of 53, Devon Meadows 22. And we will quickly see if we can bring up the Div 1 scores for you if we
Just
can.
Before you've got that, Crago, and guys, I'll put the question out. If Seaford win and knock off Devon Meadows at home, are they pushing their way into being a contender this year?
Well, they certainly go above Devon Meadows, don't they?
They'll be on a 7-run winning streak.
After losing the first 3.
Yep. And we all thought that they probably would slide down the bottom of the ladder with all their exits, and they've been fantastic, led by Zach Vansittart.
Yep, 100%.
Bond Beach, by the way, well in front of Eddie Asp, and just that last score we had through, Frankston 55 points up on Pines.
You mean Stone Cats?
Sorry, the Stone Cats, yes. Sorry.
So the ball's just locked up on the far wing here. 7-7-49, Mount Eliza leading Frankston Bombers 4-6-30. 18 minutes gone in the third quarter. What can Frankston do here? Can they mount another charge and kick another goal leading into three-quarter time? That ball goes wide. They're going to clear Mount Eliza. They go up looking for Harrison Scott. He takes an easy chest mark, but he's just done his hammy there. You could hear it. Well, he grabbed at it.
He grabbed his hamstring.
Yeah, and he yelled.
Doubt.
But he's ran off, maybe a little bit of cramp. It's very odd because he certainly made a noise and grabbed at that hamstring, Michael Voss.
Yeah, left hamstring it was. So we've got a bit of an arm wrestle happening here with these two sides. Mount Eliza looking to try and get a goal just to break that margin back open a little bit. Bombers looking to try and bridge the gap. Ball is knocked forward for the Bombers, but it's going to be taken here from Mount Eliza. A hand pass ends up with Kelly. Ball in the centre half forward area for Mount Eliza. A free kick. Jackson Burrow,
That's
long
not
kick.
a great kick. But
Wasn't
Mount
the
Eliza
greatest
guys
of
looked at
kicks.
each other.
The ball is kicked off the ground out towards the line. Alex Harnett running after it, but he can only tackle one-handed, so easily get around him if you have to. At the moment with that arm injury that is hampering, as we've said countless times in this third quarter. Another hand passing their away here, Mount Eliza, with a long kick down towards half forward. Going back was the Frankston defence. Now the quick kick towards full forward. I tell you what, he's definitely hampered there is Harrison Scott. He can't run. He cannot run, AJ. He is hampered. So they've got one player injured on both sides, it seems. Short pass, not a great kick, and Shane Tennant just doing what he wants. He takes the mark. He sets it up. He goes with a kick towards the centre of the ground. Now the ball is at a half forward. And they can play on here, Mount Eliza. They do towards the player in Bailey Walsh, who's got it at right half forward flank.
Next goal vital. Who's going to knock that next one through the middle? That's a poor kick by Bailey Welsh off the side of the boot. It goes through for a behind. So Mount Eliza up to 7.850. Bombers are 4.630. And we're into time on in the third quarter. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Even when Frankston Bombers have looked like they've got a bit of a roll on Vossi, that the pressure from Mount Eliza, especially when the Bombers are trying to exit out of their defensive 50, has just been too good for them at the moment. As Harry Tuku goes up, not able to take the mark. That man was speaking of with the hamstring. Harrison Scott just battles. Hammond's handball was cut off, and we'll get another stoppage. Ball thrown up. Morney and Pryor do battle. And we'll get another stoppage once again. Ball hasn't moved too far. Pryor just looking to go to advantage, but he can't do so. And we'll get a throw in right near Bo Muston's coaching box. Ball back into play. Harry Pryor, he has been dominant in the ruck. I don't reckon he's lost the hit out in there yet, Vossi.
He's had a good game. But the midfield for Frankston has been well beaten by the Mount Eliza midfield at this stage. So need a goal here, do the Bombers, but Frankston looking to defend now. The opportunity now for the player there, Jeremy Burton, who's got it. He goes in short with the kick, and the mark has been taken. And it's been taken directly in front of goal, about 45 metres out. And the player has got it out there. I'm just trying.
Mason DeWitt.
It is Mason DeWitt with the ball. So he will cross the 50 now. Doesn't waste too much time. He has the shot. He puts it through for a goal, and that is a huge goal in the context of the game. Mount Eliza are out by 26 points just on three-quarter time. 8.856. Frankston 4.630. And that is on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Craig, have you got some more scores from around the ground?
Nothing much has changed since our last little update. Pearcedale still well in front of Chelsea. Mornington now 11 points up on Crib Point. Lang Warren are 75 points up on Hastings. It's a 4-point gain. Somerville back in front over Kringle, 74-70. And Seaford still 30 points up on Devon Meadows.
Ball thrown up in the middle. Harry Pryor getting the tap down to Sutton. He gets the clearance. He goes inside forward 50, needing to find a target. And Harry Tuku, but he was a little bit deep. Finlay Bain. He goes on his left. He's going to look for Bailey Welsh. Just gets the ball out in front. He's trying to run onto it. He can't do so. Lays a big tackle. Great pressure from Mount Eliza out on the wing. Burton. They just keep cutting off those little handballs from the Bombers at the moment. Michael Voss. They move it forward just in front of the scoreboard here. Mount Eliza supporters will be pretty happy. 8.856. Frankston Bombers 4.630. Nearly 24 minutes gone. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Got all the answers at the moment to the Red Leagues. Can Frankston offer something before three-quarter time? There's a short pass, but it's taken away from Mount Eliza, and they go inside attacking 50, going up with a big jump. That's interference, surely, yes, and it's a free kick to Frankston. Virtually last line of defence here for the Bombers, who need a goal. Reckon this lead, if Mount Eliza go with this lead, I don't reckon they'll get beaten. I reckon Bombers have to kick one in the next 60 or 90 seconds if they're going to be a chance in this game, in my opinion. The crowd just aren't getting involved, and they need them involved. They might get an opportunity here. They load up now, high kick towards half forward. Need to compete hard here, but that's a good mark. Good mark in defence taken from Mount Eliza, and it was taken by Joseph Watts, who goes in short. He's got a teammate there in Tom Telly who's got it. Now kick to Finlay Bain.
Is anyone going to go near him, Vossi?
They won't. And no wonder he's picking up 35 a week. He is just racking them up.
Just racking and stacking.
And I reckon he's just got that sort of flowing hairstyle out there, which will attract the umpire's attention come the end of the year and on Best and Fairest night, AJ?
Absolutely. As Frankston looks to go down the line, Longham, Shane Tennant intercepts. Quick handball by Kelly over to Hodder, to that man in Finlay Bain. He goes inside, forward 50, and he's found a target. And look at Finlay Bain just go for a second effort. He's tackled though. Welsh, handball out wide to Gill. Can he kick another goal? No, he can't.
Not the real long flowing here, but it's certainly got the locks that you can tell.
Nearly 26 minutes gone. Mount Eliza, 8-9-57. Frankston Bombers 4-6-30. They need something here, Frankston.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening for them at the moment, but I think we both agree Finlay Bain is BOG at the moment.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else that would go near him, although they've had some good contributors from across the whole ground, Vossi, but he's just been a standout. As has that man, Shane Tennant. Another great intercept mark from him. He's going to go in and kick into the pocket, but he's turned it over. Standing in the hole was Pickus. He'll go out looking for Harnett or Chapman. Chapman takes the mark. Probably good. You can see Harnett still just holding that elbow there. Looking up the line, looking for Haratuku or Longham. No one can take the mark. Quick hands from Haratuku. Putting his head over the ball was Kelly. That's a big tackle there from Longham. Bit of how do you do here, boys. The Mount Eliza supporters not happy. Tennant and Kingsbury in the ruck. Ball will be thrown in. There's a bit going around here, Michael Voss, from the left and the right of the caravan.
There is a little bit being set out there. That tackle from Zach Longham, according to the Mount Eliza crowd, wasn't what they really wanted there. It was like a rugby tackle. Actually just went straight down and went to the midriff. There was nothing illegal about it. It was just a really good hard tackle. Long kick to full forward. They need a goal here, Frank. Off the pack. Oh, there's the siren. And they were just snapping at a goal too. Ball went through, but it's gone through well after the siren. So at three-quarter time in the match of the day, it is, but the Frankston Bombers 4-6-30, trailing Mount Eliza by 27 points, 8-9-57. You're listening and watching RPPFM.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spit Hire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
Need your property painted, but you don't want to just trust any painter with your asset? Give Wow Factor Painting Solutions a call. We're based on the Mornington Peninsula and specialise in high-quality painting solutions. We are proud members of the Master Painters Victoria and the Dulux Accredited Program. For a free quotation, visit wowfactorps.com.au or call 0475 448 285. Wow Factor Painting Solutions, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75D23Ls from our DIN 65LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match, because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road, Mornington.
At SJS Accounting Strategies in Mornington, our mission is a simple one: to make running your business easier. To get money-related challenges out of the way so you can focus on growing your business. It doesn't matter which business sector you're from, our commitment to helping you grow will be exactly the same. Why? Because our team loves helping businesses achieve their goals. Contact SJS Accounting on 5975 0488 or visit www.sjsaccountingstrategies.com.au. A station sponsor.
Dreaming of a cold beer poured straight from the tap? Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, located on Watt Road in Mornington, is open Wednesday to Sunday, offering craft beers and spirits produced on site, with local wines and cocktails also available. Come down and enjoy one of their famous wood-fired pizzas in the beer garden. A local taste experience. Tar Barrel Brewery and Distillery, the spirit of local. tarbarrel.com.au, a station sponsor.
Here at Bridgestone Select, it's our job to keep you moving with the right advice,
A great range of products and service you can count on. So when it comes to tyres, when it comes to auto care,
come to Bridgestone Select for service that moves you.
Jones Lapino Real Estate, located on Wilsons Road, are Mornington Peninsula's boutique real estate professionals, offering premium service in sales, auctions, investment property management and holiday leasing across the Mornington Peninsula. Contact Jones Lapino for the very best in client experience on 5975 5593 or visit joneslapino.com.au, a station sponsor. Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
And welcome back to the Greg Beck Oval, where Mount Eliza hold a 27-point lead at three-quarter time. Our man Peter Susevich is down in the middle of the huddle, and he's going to try and get an interview with the Mount Eliza coach, Stephen Brattle. He's just making his way into the middle of the ground. Brats, he's just walking away from Sus. He's trying to get away from him, but Sus is not letting him go.
Steve.
And they're out there now.
Some changes.
How are you?
It's doing very well.
Some changes? What changes?
Oh, compared to round 2 match.
Oh, personnel changes?
No, the physical changes and a lot more running.
Oh no, it's our DNA. We want to run. We want to run and carry the footy and do that. We sometimes get trapped and get caught a bit skinny. That's what opposition does to it. And good opposition.
And you maintained the pressure all day, which is fantastic.
Yeah, well, we won 6 in a row by doing that.
Yeah.
And then we lost our way a little bit, and we've just maybe found something again today.
And nothing you want to say about the tipsters at RPPFM?
No, not at all. Not at all. We're 30 minutes away from that, maybe.
Thanks, that Steve.
Thanks, sir.
Good luck.
It's good to hear from Steve Brattle, who's been generous with his time on the microphone there with the Chiefs. Susevich, he loves getting involved, does the Chief, Vossi, at three-quarter time. He likes just mingling around.
He's a man of the people, this big Chief. Absolutely no doubt about that. But right now, Bombers are up against it. I reckon it's too far for them to come back, but let's see. And need an early goal. If they get an early goal, get the crowd involved, you never know. But the way that they've only scored 4 goals and they find themselves 27 points down on the scoreboard. Harrison Fry gets the ball down in the ruck contest there. And the umpire's not going to ball it up between centre and half forward here. For the... Sorry, did I have mine off? Did I? Sorry about that. The Frankston side.
Ball goes out. Harry Pryor on his left. That sweeping defence of Mount Eliza with Kelly on his left foot. He goes up looking for Bailey Welsh. It's all good, Vossi. We love your dulcet tone, so I'm sure they still will be able to hear you from anywhere, mate.
Yeah, apparently I've got a loud voice, but yeah, that's all right. But Big Chief, he's back in the band. He's a man of the people, isn't he?
He gets around as Chief.
Ball thrown back into play. Mount Eliza have, aside from the first goal of the game, they've led pretty much all day about 5 or 6 minutes in this game, so they've done it well. And a win will keep them in second spot tonight. In other games in Division 1, YCW well up on Pines, so the Stone Cats doing very well, as are Bomb Beach. And the big losers will be Frankston at the moment if they cannot turn around a 27-point lead in the next 20-odd minutes of football. Kingsbury's got it. He tries to go around. That's deliberate. He's hand passed that towards the boundary line. He had nowhere to go because he was too busy going around, trying to go, I'll go this way, that way, and then turn around and realise he was going to get caught, so he goes, I'll hand pass towards the boundary line. The umpire had no choice, AJ. Had to give it deliberate.
Absolutely. Right call was made, Michael Voss. Hey, Harrison Scott comes over the top.
Hammies are right now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the Bridgestone Select Mark of the Day contender so far. He gets on with it, goes over to Bailey Welsh. Another handball over to that man, Finn Bain, who just keeps racking him up. He goes in short, and he's found his teammate there in Lachlan Hodder. And let's have a look into the middle of the ground. Looks like a 50's been given away. So the young fella's going to kick a goal, a certain goal. It's all unravelling here for Frankston Bombers. Undisciplined, and now he's just taken a dive.
Fat lady time here at Creekbeck Oval.
Absolutely. That was poor from Chapman. He came in, gave away the free kick, and then Shane Tennant barely touched him, and he just flopped.
Well, 33 points is the margin after that goal. And Mount Eliza doing something similar to what they did to the Bombers in round 1 here last year. Completely different day it was. It was wet and overcast and a little bit cool that day. Probably the coolness prevails, but it's a magnificent winter's day here this afternoon here at the Creekbeck Oval. So just waiting for the ball to come back over the fence. Craig, have you got any scores for us?
Yeah, just quickly, Charles, at the Bombers three-quarter time gathering, and they still feel they're in this game. Obviously, they would have liked to have kicked the first goal. They're going to try and slow the game down as much as they possibly can, and they still believe they've had some chances of scoring, and they just want to try and put some goals on the board. Just quickly, those scores. Devon Meadows and Seaford. Seaford 31 points up. Somerville 4 points up on Coringal. Langwarren just about to top the 100 against Hastings. Crib Point are 11 points down to Mornington, and Pearstyle well in front of Chelsea.
And what about Somerville Coringal? Did you have one from there?
Somerville and Coringal, yes. Somerville Coringal score updated for you now. Somerville 11 points in front, 81 to 70.
So Coringal's season hanging by a thread there, it seems. But Alex Harnett gets a free kick at centre half forward. He's 50 metres out from goal.
He's protected that young man.
Thanks, Dole.
Have another beer, Dole.
Thanks, Dole.
Have one for me too. You're a good man, Dole. Long kick by Alex Harnett. He has just missed.
I tell you what, if Devon Meadows do go on to lose this game against Seaford at home, 2 big losses against Pearstyle in the first game, and now, especially with Luke Hodge playing Vossi.
Yeah, I wonder what they've done with him, where they're going to play him this time, because I think there was talk he was going to play all over the ground, but yeah, that's not a good sign for them this afternoon. They're probably the second side in it at the moment, but not today.
It's Mount Eliza exit their defensive 50. Chapman for the Frankston Bombers goes in with a quick kick, but that man Shane Tennant once again, fantastic intercept mark, and he'll just go for a little bit of a lope in his defensive 50. They're in a bit of trouble here, Mount Eliza, but they get themselves out. Big spoil over the top from Amalfi in front of the scoreboard, and we'll get a throw in. It'd be interesting to wonder how they have used Luke Hodge, Vossi. I guess one player who hasn't played for a number of years can't determine a game, though.
No, but look, obviously having a great experience for them, but they were ranked second, I reckon, going in terms of the teams in Division 2, but I reckon Seaford will go ahead of them, touching on your earlier point, AJ.
Fox, inside forward 50 for Frankston, taking a great intercept mark there.
I reckon Dole's just going to walk back past. I reckon he's had a few.
You reckon?
I reckon he's had a couple.
Good on him. Ball goes out and we'll get a throw in.
Brian Dolly Parton.
Just saying this though, like you've got a big crowd in, it looks like, and you've got an ex-AFL player. It would be a disappointing day for Dev Meadows to go down at home. What are you thinking, Michael Voss?
Well, I think that's probably a fair way of looking at it. They've probably left out someone who probably has been playing quite a bit to fit in someone for a champion player, Luke Hodge. But
is he an ex-Lions player, Vossi, or an ex-Hawk player?
Oh, come on, Craigo.
Well, he's most recent.
And he's not impacting on the game. He might be an ex-Lions player.
He's a four-time premiership player at Hawthorn.
Seaford had just kicked another goal. They're 10-5-65.
Well, Stephen May will be able to tell us that when he goes to another club next year, Sus.
As Callie steps around his opponent, he goes on the left, up towards the wing, looking for Scott, who took the contender for the Bridgestone Select Mark of the Day. Jared Grant will be probably leading that Icon Sports of Melbourne goal of the day, Vossi.
Yeah, definitely, and Finlay Bain definitely leading the award for the meat tray this afternoon. The magnificent meat tray, and
I'm surprised you brought it down from Mornington. I thought you would have done a quick detour past your house and just dropped it in.
I can tell you, so it was brought out, and the Mount Eliza players were about to head into the room to get changed when I arrived with it, and they looked at it and go, "Oh, that's a great meat tray." Well, they've fired up with that, fired up with Finlay Bain leading the way for that. I reckon they'll have a nice feast tonight. Could feed quite a few, it seems. Ball over the line for a boundary throw-in. 32 points as a margin. We've travelled 8 minutes in the last quarter, and Mount Eliza doing it comfortably here at the Greg Beck Oval. And for the Bombers, doesn't get any easier the next 2 weeks. Sorrento and YCW. Massive 2 weeks coming up for the Bombers. They've got to, I'm assuming they go down today, they've got to win one of those next two. If they win one, that gets them to 7. And then they probably, if you go by what they did earlier in the season, they will win most of their last 6 games. So it's interesting. Still got a long way to go, but it's going to be a good side missing out, it seems, on the finals, and Mount Eliza have now put themselves back in contention. And our mate Daz is not here today. Was he the one that said Mount Eliza are cooked?
Yep.
He did say that this morning, didn't he?
Yeah. Although we probably all did pick Frankston Bombers, but we certainly weren't of the opinion that Mount Eliza were cooked, Vossi, that's for sure.
No, certainly we're not.
So Devon Meadows have just kicked another goal, so they got their 5th of the day.
Ex-Lions player might have kicked it.
Yeah, ball thrown in. Great roving work from Didyman Cantonio. Harnett just overruns the ball. So does Block, and the ball's trapped in. Shane Tennant just coming up with it. He'll give it to the umpire, and we'll get another stoppage just inside the forward 50, the Frankston Bombers. Haratuku to do the right work. Nelms probably should have been awarded a free kick there, but it wasn't coming. Cole. He goes over the top. Malfi runs onto it. He gets a quick handball. Sam Fox. Looking for Jared Grant. Ball just bounces in front of him. Hasn't been a great day for the Spindleshanks, not to his own doing. Vossi, the ball movement hasn't been great coming inside forward 50 for a forward.
Has not. Just on the marquee player. Is that a Carlton draft marquee draft thing, or is that just
No.
a secondary thing that they've done?
Secondary.
Okay.
Harry Pryor. Long left foot. Can anyone take a mark for the Bombers? No. Can anyone rove it? Only Mount Eliza can. They get a quick clearing kick. Harrison Scott comes at the ball. So does Sam Drake. That's a great tackle. Harry Pryor. He goes long once again.
Good mark. Very good mark coming across the face of the pack there, and Frankston with a chance to line up for their 5th goal for the afternoon, and it's Ryan Marks Logan who has kicked one of their goals, normally a defender, but he's lining up for his 2nd goal. He will kick from out in front of where Beau Muston is situated this afternoon. So Ryan Marks Logan has the shot. He puts it through for a goal. Frankston have their 5th. They're 5-7-37. Mount Eliza are 9-9-63, and we've played 11.5 minutes in the last quarter. Probably 14 or 15 minutes to go in this game. They need 5 goals. Highly unlikely, but you never know.
Yeah, I think this one's probably well and truly done. Vossi. Crago mentioned they wanted to slow their play up. They just haven't done so. Although they've taken a mark there with Marks Logan and he's gone back and kicked the goal, but they just continually bomb away looking for Haratuku or Grant. They needed to slow the ball movement down and get Jared Grant in a 1-1 situation and just get out in the lead. But the defensive unit of Mount Eliza has been fantastic. As Haratuku, big leap, gets the tap down, block going past for the Bombers. He drops the ball. Hodder put his head over it for Mount Eliza. Handball out from Rouse. He gets another handball out wide to Hodder. Advantage has been paid, but they're going to bring it back. We can hear that voice, Dolly Parton, Vossi.
Can tell you boys finally got a score through from Rye Tyab. Rye 30 points up over Tyab.
Well, okay, I'll go on record. I did pick Tyab this morning.
I picked Rye.
Wasn't the greatest of moves on my part, it seems. Mount Eliza up by 26 points here in the match of the day. We've played 13 minutes in the last quarter. Long kick towards Max Mornay. Couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. Inside attacking 40 here for Mount Eliza. The umpire says I'm going to ball it up. And so, I'll give you a bit of an idea how the ladder might shape up at the end of the day. But I think that the Bombers will definitely drop out of the 3rd. I think they might even go as low as 5th on the ladder, but we'll have to check that out.
So a couple of updated scores, Vossi. Pearcedale 9-8-62, Chelsea 5-9-39. Lang Warren 20 goals, 15, 135 to on top of Hastings 3-4-22. Somerville have kicked away 15-3-93 to 11-11-77. Mornington have kicked away from Crib Point 9-13 to 7-4.
Apologies, we've been saying 2nd and 3rd. Of course, with Dramana winning last week and Sereno winning last week, of course, they've split Mount Eliza up. Mount Eliza are 3rd, Bombers are 5th heading into this game. Now, Bomb Beach win that game by enough, they could potentially go ahead of Frankston, knock Frankston out of the 5 heading into tonight.
Vossi, Volatile might be coming out. Frankston YCW 16-8-104 to Pines, 8 behind.
Oh, wow. And Pines, remembering, have beaten Bomb Beach, Sorrento and Mount Eliza recently. That's a very interesting scoreline, that one.
The Frankston Bombers trying to work it out of that defensive 50. Luke Hodder lays a great tackle for Mount Eliza and he'll win a free kick.
The only one that I know of is the day at Rye when Rye kept Rosebud goalless. I think Rosebud took 20 behind.
Yeah.
You're still laughing at that one. That obviously pleases you immensely when that story's told. Here's an opportunity for Finlay Bain. A quick snap towards full forward. It's going to be marked in the square there for the Bombers by Dylan Garrett, who's got it and switches play out towards a 50-50 contest. It wasn't the smartest of kicks. It will enable them to win out eventually, but they were very lucky, actually, that they did get the ball back and they kick it out of defence.
out towards the centre wing, and the ball goes over for a boundary throw. What year would that have been, AJ?
I'll take a guess, probably 17, 18?
Oh,
Could be 16.
I reckon it's probably earlier than that. Scott Beale will definitely know. Billy's listening. Billy, send me a message. You know my number. I'd love to know that because that's the only one that I know of a side in seniors has gone without scoring a goal. I could be wrong.
So Devon Meadows have kicked another one, 10-6, 66 Seaford. Devon Meadows 6-4, 40.
Not looking good there at the Glover Reserve for the Devon Meadows boys as the kick goes in short. There, it's taken for Frankston. They look to try and hand pass it off. The player there, Mitchell Charles, who couldn't quite pick it up, and the ball is going to be balled up once again by the umpire. 16 minutes into the last quarter, it is a 26-point lead in favour of Mount Eliza. 9-9-63, Bombers 5-7-37. Ball comes out, Sam Fox in short, mark taken. They can play on. They do play on through Ryan Marks Logan. He goes towards Jared Grant, who takes the mark.
That's the sort of play they have been wanting, Vossi.
Haven't been able to do it. Credit to Mount Eliza, have been stopping Frankston from playing the game they want to throughout the afternoon. And Jared Grant looking to go back and put the sixth goal on the board. He has the shot. That's a poor kick. It goes across the other side of the goals for a 1 point only. 5-8-38 plays 9-9-63. It's Mount Eliza up by 25 points. Big Chief, how Mornington going?
70,
only just in front.
20 points up on Crib Point.
They'll get the win there. Mason DeWitt has it in the defensive 50 for his side.
Don't be surprised if they make a bit of a run, boys. Don't be surprised.
I'll be very surprised, Vossi. Haratuku goes back and takes a mark. He's been well held today. He goes into the pocket looking for, I think it was Longham, but not able to take the mark. Jordan Rouse.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see out there. Is Alex Arnett out there, or have they rolled the dice and just said, no, we're not going to win this, so let's take him off the ground, because they've got some crunch games coming up in the next couple of weeks, AJ.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, boys, but it does appear to be an elbow injury.
On the bench there. I just saw him.
Say that again, Craig.
I'm not a doctor, but it does appear to be an elbow injury more so than an arm injury.
Yeah. Ball thrown in. 18 minutes gone in the last quarter. Pryor getting the tap out down to Kingsbury. Although not an effective handball. Kelly goes up, look for Max Morney. He's been pretty good today. He's contributed and he's worked hard in the ruck. That's a great mark there from Sam Morney. He'll go out wide. He's got Fraser Phillips who's presented out. He goes over the top. It's Van Gill. He'll go inside forward 50, looking for Zach Rouse. He's going to go over to the top. He's got Harrison Scott there, who just needs to go back and ice some time off the clock, Vossi. All Kringle have come back. They've kicked a couple of goals. 13-11-89, Somerville 15-3-93, so a close game in that one.
So Mount Eliza with the opportunity to score their 10th goal for the afternoon. As the shot misses. 9-10-64 Mount Eliza, 5-8-38. The Frankston Bombers. And Big Chief, I tell you what, with Seaford looking like they're going to win today, they jump up into number 2 behind Langwarrin, do they, in terms of favouritism, the best side outside of Langwarrin in Division 2?
Pearsdale's still in front of that, surely.
They're going well, Seaford. They're going very well. Tell you what, we've got a huge game next week, AJ, haven't we?
We certainly do. Looking forward to it. Seaford and Chelsea. In the Super Box, I was about to say that. Hopefully it'll be fully stocked. Might have to get on to Donnie O'Neill early Let him know we're coming down. Make sure that the bacon and eggs are still cooking for Michael Voss when he gets there. If not, make sure hot dogs are available, soft rolls. Frankston Bombers clear. And Haratuku takes a great contested mark. He just smashes the pack. He goes into the middle. Finding Chapman. He goes over the top by hands to Fox. He goes around the corner inside forward 50. But standing there all alone once again, Michael Voss is Shane Tennant.
It's out in the full. Got to say the B&Es were quite good here today too. Thanks to the Bombers for looking after us there.
Yeah, thanks to Jace Smith and his team.
Very nice indeed.
You're very well looked after around the MPNFL, Michael Voss. Devon Meadows have kicked another one. So they're fighting back in that game.
So we're all into time on by nearly 2 minutes. We're 22 minutes into the last quarter. And it is a 26-point lead in favour of Mount Eliza. They're home here at the Greg Beck Oval. Kick to full forward by Jackson Berg. Ball off the pack. A chance for Jared Grant, a hand pass. Zach Longhammer snap. Zach Longhammer snap. He puts it through for a goal. That was a great goal. Fantastic. A highlight on what has been a very much a sad day for the Bombers. They've been very disappointing, and the injury to Alex Harnett certainly hasn't helped them, but that was a great goal.
Yes, it was Vossi, Icon Sports Melbourne goal of the day contender. Is that one beating this one early from the Spindle Shanks?
I think that one does beat the one early from the Spindle Shanks.
So Devon are on the charge.
And just on Pearsdale up by 43 points in the game against Chelsea. I think I might have picked Chelsea in that one too.
So Somerville 16-4, 100, playing Kringle 14-12, 96. Devon Meadows have just gone to 7 points behind, 9-5, 59, 10-6, 66. So it looks like Seaford need to get a couple of goals on the board in that one. And in this game, Mount Eliza leads Frankston Bombers by 20 points. Ball goes over the back. Free kick's been given the way of the Bombers. Goes with a spiral. Tennant tries to take the mark. Marks Logan down there for Frankston. Quick kick out of the pack. Goes to the dangerous spot, but standing there for Mount Eliza was Bailey Welsh. Looks like he's got a bit of cramp. Kelly, that man Finlay Bain, who's been all over it today, Vossi. Ball goes up to the wing. Mount Eliza win it through Sam Gill. He goes forward, but playing from behind was Harrison Scott, not able to affect the play. They've gone into Chapman. He's gone out wide, looking for McMillan. They've worked it out there. Have they? Little handbars in front. Are they going to turn over? Not yet. Burton in tight. Max Morney.
Ball over the line.
Very scrappy game now.
Yeah, look, it's been magnificent conditions right throughout the afternoon, but hasn't been a high-scoring game, hasn't been the cleanest, even though the conditions have been super for football.
Kringle have hit the front. 15-13, 103. Somerville 16-4, 100. Seaford have kicked another goal against Devon Meadows, so they move on to 11-6, 72, 9-5, 59. Devon Meadows.
Kringle might have been listening to the footy show this morning, might have been listening to the onus that a certain Vossi put on them.
Tell you what, Vossi, that head couldn't get any bigger if they do get up. You'll just be strutting around. It'll be wobbling into the station.
Well, hang on. I picked Tyab, so that's not good. I picked Chelsea, that's not good. I picked the Bombers. That's not good. I haven't had a good day on the tip.
What about Waganya? How are they going today?
Oh, they'd be getting beaten quite comprehensively, I'm tipping. Quick kick there by Jai Block. It was towards the forward pocket. It goes over for a boundary throw-in. Now, there's a fair chance they'll be getting beaten as they, unfortunately for them, it's been a struggle for them, as you know. Boundary umpire to throw the ball back into play. Seemingly only probably a minute or so to go in this game. There's the man with the ball, Finlay Bain, who goes in short. He has had a wonderful, wonderful day, Finlay Bain.
I reckon he smelt the meat tray on the way in, Vossi, and he'll be taking it home.
Oh, look, unless our man Big Chief has already scoffed a few things down there and maybe substituting with a couple of, I don't know.
Couple of hot dogs.
Couple of drive-bys, maybe.
Oh, Vossi, you're the drive-by king, mate. It's Mount Eliza come out of their defensive 50 once again. Braden Nelms, he's going to go out wide. Looking for Fraser Phillips. He drops the mark. And it's just trickled out, and we'll get a throw in right next to the Mount Eliza coaching box
They
here.
are wonderful sponsors, as all our sponsors are, but Eliza Meat's a fantastic sponsor.
Rumour has it that you took the meat tray home last week and didn't give it to Billy Gertz. How was your barbecue on the Sunday?
First I've heard of that.
Come on, Michael Voss. We're all friends here.
I reckon your little boy would be happy with eating some of the meat out of that.
He would be.
You're not too well, your little boy.
No.
How's he going?
Yeah, I've just got a few photos through. He's out for a little park adventure with the in-laws at the moment. So hopefully a bit of fresh air will freshen him up.
Tire him out?
Yeah, that'd be good.
20 points is the margin, 27.5 minutes in the last quarter. Good mark taken by Khan Haratuka. He's been a very good player this afternoon for Frankston. It's not through any fault of his that Dame hasn't gone their way, that is for sure. Ball over the line for a boundary throw-in right next to the Frankston goal.
So we've got an updated score from the Pearcedale-Chelsea game, and Chelsea are 2 points ahead, 11-14 to 11-12. Kringle 16-13, 109. Somerville 106. And Seaford 72 to Meadows 59.
And Mornington involved in a close game as well at Crib Point, it seems. And pass once again by Finlay Bain over the top. They're trying to get themselves out of trouble here, Mount Eliza, but a good tackle applied. And the free kick for Frankston. That's a siren. Game over. Win to Mount Eliza this afternoon by 20 points. We'll be back to wrap things up. You're listening and watching RPPFM.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Kevin and his lean team pride themselves on the finest cuts, from juicy steaks and roasts to high-grade mince and sausages. And Eliza Meats are the gourmet specialists. Inquire about Eliza Meats Spitfire. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. It's all at Eliza Meats. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
Need your property painted, but you don't want to just trust any painter with your asset? Give Wow Factor Painting Solutions a call. We're based on the Mornington Peninsula and specialise in high-quality painting solutions. We are proud members of the Master Painters Victoria and the Dulux Accredited Program. For a free quotation, visit wowfactorps.com.au or call 0475 448 285. Wow Factor Painting Solutions, a station sponsor.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road.
And welcome back, and we've got Peter Sausage out in the middle of the ground with Finlay Bain, who is our Jones Lapino match of the day. Jones Lapino does something.
With me at the moment is Finn Bain. He's getting souped up for the milk. Eliza meets meat tray at the moment. Finn, tell us about the turnaround from round 2 to now.
I think our game plan was just to use the shorts and run it up against them round 2 or round 1 whenever we played it. We just get the long to calm and all their tall fellas, and they just chopped it off every time. So yeah, we just tried to put some speed on the ball and get it moving so we can get over them.
And a couple of players that helped you out there. I mean, Mason and Westy and all that did pretty well today.
Yeah, Mason is unreal. It's a luxury being able to get him. He's a star VFL player, and they've had a couple of guys, so getting him to play is absolutely unreal.
Well, get in there while he's taking the photos, the coach. All the best. I'll grab the meat tray for you afterwards.
Back next to Pete. Great effort by Finlay Bain and the rest of the Mount Eliza boys this afternoon. A very comprehensive win in the end.
It certainly was, and we spoke to Steve Bradle at 3/4 time, but he's out there with Suss now in the middle of the ground.
With me at the moment, Steve Bradle. Steve, how you been?
Very good, Suss, thank you.
No, it was a great day. We didn't expect this. We thought the Frankston side would be a lot bigger and a lot stronger, but you outpaced them.
You blokes are very good judges, Suss. I've always said that. Right? You're very good judges.
Just be mindful, we might get ready on the dump button there. But tell us, any special preparations for today?
None whatsoever. 7 players in, 7 players out, not by choice.
Yep.
Just by how it works. We had a couple of VFL guys told the rest. We had a couple of guys gone to Bali with got the mix up wrong with the weeks. So we just dealt with it. We got great depth, and I think that actually helped because those guys come with a bit of energy that we may have lacked in the last couple of weeks. Those 7 that came in, 5 were not first gamers, but 5 had come up, and they were really, really good all day.
And I'm not being detrimental or anything, but you looked a lot taller out there today and a lot more stronger.
Well, I think that's normal. We just didn't have any energy the last couple of weeks. And then we have no excuses. The 6 we played in a row, they're pretty young.
Yep.
So we played real strong footy for 6, and we were getting told we were really good at it. YC come to play, give us a bit of a touch-up, and then Pines, we had more touches, more inside 50s. They just come put some heat on us. We just fumbled on the heat.
I think you'd be right with Pines. They haven't kicked the goal all day today, so they're So that's but all the best for the rest of the year, and wish all team well, and hopefully carry it on to the finals.
Thank you, Suss.
Thanks, Steve.
Fantastic.
And that was great listening to Stephen Bradle after a victory here at Frankston Bombers at Greg Beck Oval, and he'll be pretty happy with another win to his Mount Eliza Redlegs. Vossi, it's been a great day for Mount Eliza, obviously running out 20-point victors, but they probably played better than that, than what the scoreboard shows.
Yeah, it was sort of that. Frankston kicked the first goal of the game, and then after that, Mount Eliza kicked probably the next 5 in the game, and that ultimately was the difference in the game. It just, they managed to keep that sort of 3 or 4 goal lead. When it got semi-close, they managed to have an answer when things were needed, and look, they've had a very good day. And well done to the Mount Eliza side on their fantastic win this afternoon. Craigo?
Yep, just trying to get through some final scores if we can for you. In the Div 1 seniors, we've got Bond Beach have defeated Edithvale Aspendale 15-15, 105 to 84-52. And we're just waiting on a final score through from the YCW game against Pines. Just having a bit of trouble this afternoon getting all our scores. I'll just go to another one of our score updates and see how we're going in the Div 2. Those very close games must be very close to full time. Chelsea is still 2 points up on Pearcedale. Mornington is still 14 points up on Crib Point. It was 140 points at Langwarrin over Hastings. A final score, Coringal have beaten Somerville 16-13, 109 to 17-4, 106. And at the moment it's an 8-point game, Seaford over Devon Meadows in those close games in Div 2.
Payment during the week, AJ, Coringal, for putting the onus on them. They said their season's gone. If they lose this, they've won, they continue on.
Chelsea won after the siren. Braden Chappell kicks a goal, defeating Pearcedale. So it's a good win. Chelsea away. We've spoken about their form away from home, and it's been a bit up and down, but they're back on the winners list away from home. Bossy.
They have, and look, we get to see Chelsea next week in a match against Seaford at Seaford. That's going to be a massive game. Like if Seaford win today, which they look like I think they're going to hang on in that game, it'll be 7 wins in a row for them, and they'll be going for 8 next week. But here this afternoon, it's been a win for Mount Eliza. They've won 9-10-64. They've beaten the Frankston Bombers 6 goals, 8-44. Mount Eliza go back into second spot this evening. The Bombers will be either 5th or 6th. But well, all that said and done, that's just about it from us, AJ.
That is Michael Voss. It's been another good afternoon. Craigo and all the team, thank you very much. Steve
Heath and
everyone, the whole team.
Chief.
The man of the people.
So, another good game here we've seen in Division 1. We'll be back next week in the Seaford-Chelsea match of the day.